Okay. Good morning, everyone. Let me just make sure that we are actually live. I don't see it yet. Give me a second. I'm just making sure. Okay, here we are. Perfect. Can anyone from here please confirm that we are live on YouTube? I see it, but just to make sure. And let me record it as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dan. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks, everyone, for being here. If you want to join us live in Zoom, please go to my Telegram channel. That's where we have the link for today. If not, please feel free to stay in YouTube. That weird. Doesn't come out. The title doesn't come out in the YouTube video that I guess it did some changes to it. But well, thank you for everyone for being here. We're ready for the month of August. Let's start with the information that I have today. This is the monkey month. It is the first month of the metal season. Sometimes we call it the fall autumn. I am trying not to do that. I'm trying to correct myself every time I say that, not because it's wrong, but because I don't want to confuse anybody thinking that it has anything to do with the season or the weather where you're at. We call it the metal season, which some people call it the autumn. It is usually autumn, but it's not autumn everywhere you go. It basically means it's metal season, no matter what hemisphere, doesn't matter what country you're in, it's metal season. So it is the first month. Therefore, that's where the metal is strongest because it's in growth. Monkey is one of the growth animals, along with the pig, the tiger, and the snake, which is the beginning of each season. So we definitely have a monkey present today, well, during this month. So let's start with the presentation that I have for all of you here. Oh, sorry, let's just make sure I have it here. Here we go. Here's a presentation that I have for everyone. I try to put a picture always that shows you so that you can remember the elements and where we are. This is the beginning of metal. So I put an autumn picture so you cannot remember what it is. I know it looks like very orangey, but it's metal. Let's start with this. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what we do every month. We're going to talk about the world view, my analysis. We're going to use QiMen. We're going to use BaZi for that. We're going to talk about the animals or the branches of the month and how they relate to you. We're going to talk about the best locations to use at home, at office, based on your goals. Remember, this means absolutely nothing if you don't have a goal. If you're watching this just for fun, thank you. Great. I'm happy to have you here. But I want to make sure that you do this to be able to take advantage of every single thing and energy in the month, but that is 100% related to what your goals are. So please make sure that today you stop and you say, what do I want to accomplish during the month of August? And why is that important? Because precisely yesterday, somebody asked me, and sorry, I didn't get a chance to respond to you. Well, which one is more important in QiMen, the monthly chart or the day chart? And it depends what your goals are. Yeah, because for instance, you can say during the month, my goal is to open up a new business. I want to open up my business during the month of August. Okay, so during the month of August, you look at the monthly chart to see what is your goal for that month and what sectors, directions you need to use based on opening up a business. But then when you look at the daily chart, every day in the process of opening up a business, you're doing different activities, right? Maybe you're contacting a bank to get a loan. Maybe you're contacting people to get referrals. Maybe you're doing live videos to be able to get more people to follow you. So depending on the activities that you have every day, you might use different directions and the one for the month. See, you get it? But the standard one will be the one for the month. Me personally, I love the hour chart, the 2-hour chart. I love that way. It's very powerful. I think it's the same thing that happens with Feng Shui. Which one is more powerful? The yearly star, the monthly star, the daily stars. I love the daily and I love the monthly more than the yearly, because it's an amount of energy that's coming and only have 24 hours to do its job, as opposed to one that has 365 days to do its job. So then that's why me personally, I like the short-term Feng Shui and the short-term QiMen more than the long-term. because in my opinion, I get to see the results faster and I get to use the energy before it dies and it goes away. So with all that said, I think it is very important that you have a goal of what it is that you want. So then you know, where do I go? What energies do I use the best? We're going to talk about QiMen, obviously. We're going to talk about auspicious dates. I have auspicious dates and many activations towards the end for everyone. This is the chart for the month, but we're going to expand more. I just wanted to remind you also, the month of August, we have, and I know, Esty, I know I promised that we were going to cut the video. I'm not sure if my team has done it yet, but just in case, here's the QR code. It's in the month of July. We talked about that. And if you want to go directly to that section, it's on the hour 2 minute 27. Hour 2 minute 27. You go to that time, you fast forward in the YouTube video, and that's when we started talking about the month of August to sell or rent a property. So if you want to sell or rent a property, it is very important that you watch this video because there's specific things that you have to do on specific dates. Therefore, please make sure that you watch it with enough time because I think there's one coming up pretty soon. I'm going to see if my team can still, if they haven't done it, to cut it, so trim it, so it's just that video and we upload it. But if not, just go to the YouTube video from July. Here's the QR code and go to hour 2 minute 27 and there is the information. As usual, I'm sure all of you have my BaZi calculator. If not, here it is. You can use the QR code to scan and go directly to it. I know it's in Spanish still, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I guess you guys can tell because it also has the Chinese names and the Spanish words that are not in English. Nobleman, noble, it's kind of simple to understand, but we will get to it eventually. You can also use the Intuichi app, which is an amazing app. I always recommend everyone to use. It's very nice, very user-friendly. It's free to download, or you can use JY's QiMen or BaZi to do this. So as long as you have one, you can use Chinese Metasoft. I'm sorry, I forgot to add that one too. You can use Chinese Metasoft as well. It's a very good app. So any one of those apps is good, okay? And always remember, follow me on Telegram, follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, I give daily videos, English and Spanish, of the energy for the next day. And in Telegram, I do a lot. I post a lot of information there as well. What do you need for today? Your BaZi chart, your QiMen chart, and your floor plan of your property. But the most important thing that you need is a goal. You need to know exactly what you want. What do you want to accomplish during this month, so that you know how to best use the energies. Now, let's get to it. This is the chart for the month. The monkey month is finally here. It's going, well, not yet. It's going to start on August 8th at 3:16 in the morning. Very interesting. The one thing I'm sure that everyone has noticed is the fire for the first time in months. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. It has been one of the strongest elements the last few months, if not the entire year, if I remember correctly. Now we have it at the bottom. So fire is not that strong. Therefore, metal, who has been at the bottom, can finally shine through and take advantage of the next 3 months. It is very interesting to me, very curious for everyone, all of us, to see what metal does in our lives. And this is the best month to do this. Why? We're going to go into more details definitely later, but if you guys can see, the metal monkey month is pure metal, has metal on top, metal on the bottom. So every one of us need to see how the month of August goes for us, because that tells you what this element of young metal does in our lives. It's very interesting to see the interaction of that element, because rarely we have such a pure element in the month that it corresponds to, and see what it does in our chart. Maybe now you know, wow, it is great whenever I see it went really great financially for me. It was not so good for my health. So now you know what to watch out for, what to not watch out for, what to look for if it's good for you. Same thing is going to be during the month of September. During the month of September, we're going to have double metal too, but that's going to be yin metal. Same thing. What does yin metal do in my chart? So it's very important that you take note of this month in reference to metal. Maybe if you don't have metal in your chart and metal comes so strong, what does that mean? Why is that important? Because you need to know if this is an element that you need to look for, because it gives you, well, it gives you social media presence, it gives you good health, or the opposite. Maybe gives you anxiety, maybe gives you money loss, maybe gives you health issues. So it's good to look out for. So when that element comes in a date chart, when that element comes for the year, or that element comes per month, like it is right now, then you know how to best prepare. Something else that I want to see, because it's a small class, I want to, so everyone can practice a little bit about BaZi and the interaction and how I do things. Let's look at the day master. What do you guys think? Strong or day master, just by looking at the interaction of this chart? What do you guys think? I think it's very important to determine what we're talking about before we go into in the subject. Strong or weak? What do you guys think? Anastasia says strong. Anybody else? Even if you don't think you're correct, please type it. It's okay, then I'll tell you. My thing is lagging for what Melanie says strong. Rocio says weak. Jen says strong, rooted. Saying weak. Okay. The correct answer, based on me, I will say is weak for the following reasons. Okay. It's weak because it was born out of season, right? Weak. Earth is weak in metal. I know you're probably thinking, yes, Pao, but it is rooted, right? If it's rooted, it is strong. You're correct. Here goes the but. But I'll tell you what makes it weak. It makes it weak because even though it is rooted in the dog. As you can see, the dog is extremely busy because it is trying to combine the tiger with the horse. It is trying to combine the monkey with the rooster, and it combines already with the rabbit of the year. So it is a very weak dog because it's trying to do way too much. So yes, it is sitting on an earth element, which is supposed to make it stronger. That is correct. However, I need to analyze the strength of that earth element. At this point, it's being pulled for all directions, trying to combine. So it is a weak dog. Also, if you look at it, it is right next to an element that controls it. So for that reason, I think it is a weak day master. Okay, so when I look at QiMen BaZi chart, I try to look at the interaction like that to see. So this is a person that maybe goes through periods of time where it's strong. Maybe when there is a lot of fire coming in, maybe that earth gets stronger. But when you just look at it that way, you have to look when an element is rooted. You have to say, okay, that element is rooted in an animal. What is the quality of that animal? You say, well, yeah, it's strong because it's the dog in metal month. So obviously it is strong. Yes, but keep looking what else is happening. Okay. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of the point of view of how I analyze it, the BaZi chart. We have 3 pure pillars. As you can see, we have a metal pillar, earth pillar, and a wood pillar. So it's interesting to see the dynamic between all of those. Also for the first time, well, actually, no, I'm going to talk about this first. Let's look at this. We have the Tai Chi nobleman that's coming to visit this month. Again, what does that mean? Please, 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 let's try to do our best to have I'm going to say spiritual connection, but let's call it whatever we want to call it. The point is, I want you to have a connection with your higher being, with your higher self, with you, okay? With you. Why? Usually, the nobleman Tai Chi or the Tai Chi nobleman means that there might be situations this month where we might need that connection, where we might need to connect with our God, with a universal energy, with a life source. So it is important for you to be able to start practicing. I know, I can always do my meditation, my prayer, my mantras, whatever you do to make you relax. So I think the point that we have this Tai Chi nobleman is basically an indication that we might have situations this month that we might need to go back in and connect. So there it is. So make sure that you practice whatever it is that you've been practicing. And now please try to find something. There's gazillions of videos on YouTube and meditations that you can do that help you connect with whatever that is. Something else very interesting to this month is that we have the academic start. This is something that we talked about last month. And I know a lot of my students send me so many articles of news that were happening in their respective countries about teaching and teachers and education and protests and not being given what the money, the promotion and the benefits that they deserve. So there have been a lot of issues like that worldwide. And I know I talked about that and then everybody sent me that information. So thank you. So it corroborated everything that we talked about it. This month, again, we have the academic star present in an animal that's being clashed. We talked about that later, in an animal that's being clashed, also with a traveling horse, which means fast. So I think those issues are still going to keep happening. It's just are going to move faster, hopefully in a resolution. We'll talk about it later in the QiMen chart. But I think we still have the same issues happening with teaching academic education. Also, I'm going to talk about the 10 gods in a little bit. That's going to confirm what I'm saying too. We have the romantic or the peach blossom star. Again, doesn't necessarily mean romance. It just means view, people see. So everything that I'm talking about is going to be seen. It's going to be worldwide attention to every issue that's happening. Now, if you have been using my BaZi calculator, you know that I have the auxiliary star that I did this a few months ago. I don't remember when, but maybe like 5-6 months ago, I added them. So what I'm going to start doing this is every month, I'm going to add them here, my analysis for the month. So if you pull my calculator and you see the month, you're going to see these stars right underneath. So I think also it gives a good indication of what's to expect during the month. We already talked about the traveling horse. If you see in English, they're right here in English. You have the name right underneath. So you put them both in English. What do we have? We have earth relief. It is great for problem solving. It is great for turning negative situations into positive situation. It is good for investment opportunity, particularly anything that has to do with real estate and finding good offers or people present you good opportunities or good investments. It brings noble people to your life that help you solve issues. I like that. That's a good. I love earth relief. Is always a good auxiliary start, particularly when it comes in a month that there has been so many issues happening before. Also, we have the national treasure, which is, if you know day selection or if you know about the auxiliary star, is one of the best because it has to do with increasing income, increasing respect, increasing leadership, increasing possibility of promotion, increasing the way people see you, increasing your power, your authority, the way people respect you and view you. It is good for taking things to the next level, or you going to the next level, or meeting people in the higher level. So definitely, I love that auxiliary star that's doing this month. And we have the Duke Virtue. Duke Virtue is one of the best, basically that cancels a lot of the negative energies that we can have. Those are the top 3, definitely this month. Yes, we have 2 negative auxiliary star, which is lesser consumer. I'm sorry, this needs to be consumer, not consumidor. It's in Spanish twice. I have to fix that. Lesser consumer, which means maybe a little bit of spending, not expected, but some spending, not too concerned because this one kind of cancels this too. So I'm not too concerned about. Those stars are for the month only or applies for every month. Those stars are the one that correspond for the month, but applies to all of us because it's the energy that the month brings. So like everything that I'm talking about is the chart for the month. So all of us will receive the benefit or the harm of all of them, according to when we talk about later, the animals that come. So yeah, this is the flavor of the month for everyone. Good question, Diana. Yeah, for everyone. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of, almost all of them, or the animals are busy this month. They're trying to combine. The tiger, and I'm going to tell you later on what that means in real life, okay? We have the tiger that's trying to combine with the dog and bring the horse. Question. He's trying to bring the horse because he has one of its friends, so he wants to bring the other one in the fire trilogy. Does it bring it? Does it come? Does the horse come and introduces itself in this combination? Yes or no? Let's see who knows, like really advanced BaZi. He's trying to pull it. He's trying to pull it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't bring it good. It doesn't bring it. Why? Because it is a fire animal that's trying to come in and combine in a metal month. So no. Now, does that mean that there is no horse? No, I would say there is a little bit of a horse present there, but it doesn't actually become part of the chart. Okay, it doesn't become. But the tiger and the dog are trying and pulling hard, trying to fix it, trying to bring it. Okay. Now, also the tiger is trying to bring a dragon. Why? Because the tiger, the rabbit, and the dragon are part of a wood season. So it says, okay, rabbit, let's bring our friend that's missing. Does it come? Can the dragon come into this chart? Yes or no? They're trying to bring him in. Can he come in? No, he cannot come in because the month is metal and he's trying to bring these animals that belong to wood, and obviously it doesn't come. Okay, let's keep looking. That dog is trying to combine with a rabbit and create metal. I'm sorry, and create fire. Is the fire created? There is a combination. There's no doubt. Rabbit and dog becomes a harmony, a 6 harmony, and create fire. But is the fire created in this chart? It's not created in this chart because the monkey does not allow it. Remember, the month is the one that determines everything, and whether there will be a combination, whether there will be a conversion, whether there will be a new element introduced. It doesn't allow it. It doesn't allow it. Now, when we look at the monkey is also busy trying to touch the tiger. Also, is trying to combine with the dog and bring their friend that's missing, which is the rooster. Question, is the rooster coming into this chart? Yes or no? Can the rooster come in? Yes, the rooster can come in. The rooster can come in because rooster, monkey, and dog belong to the metal season in a metal month. So yes, we do have a rooster present, even though you don't see it. There is a rooster present, and the rooster, as you know, clashes with this one. Who's stronger in this clash, the rooster or the rabbit? The rabbit is the animal, is the king, is the duke of the year, right? The rooster, because the rooster has the support of his entire season there. He's going to be the king next month. So basically, this is time for the rooster to do what he has not been able to do in months, okay? So we look at all of that, okay, but what does that mean in real life? Okay, thank you, Paola. We analyze all of that, but what does that mean? It means that now we need to look at the 10 gods that are involved in this whole mess to see what does our month is actually going to look at. Okay, and I'm actually asking you those questions because I want you to practice and see a little bit, because I like to teach class as well as giving you the information. So it's just not me giving you stuff, but I want you to learn something in the process, okay, of how I do things. So that's why I'm asking you the questions, okay? So please feel free to just, even if you don't know, try to guess. Okay. Let's see. Aside from the fact that there are a lot of interactions happening, that's going to show that we're going to have a very busy month. For sure, a lot of things happening, fasting happening. And we're going to see that in the QiMen chart, we have a Feng yin chart, which corroborates, again, a lot of things happening, fastings happening, all happening at the same time. And we have a 4-2 in Feng Shui that we're going to talk about that later. That means 2 women arguing and fighting. Now let's look at BaZi first. Which one would you guys say are the 2 strongest, you use the word strongest, 10 gods in this chart? Which ones? HS? I'm sorry, yeah, HS. Celine says HS. Eating God? No, Elia says eating God. I'm sorry, I know that they're in Spanish. It just hit me right now that they're in Spanish, so it's kind of hard to tell. So I'll give you guys the answer. It just hit me. I'm like, God, in Spanish. Okay, the strongest one are, CD means eating God. It's eating God right here. Why? Well, first of all, it's in the month. That's a good indication. It's rooted, it's on top, and it's at the bottom. Okay? That's already good because it's the one for the month. It's strong. That is the strongest one. The second one we can look into is 7 killings. That is rooted as well. However, not as strong. Why? Because even though it's rooted, it's not part of the season. It is weak during this time. Okay? So far, the strongest one is eating God. Eating God, as you guys know, it means many things now. But we can look at it as creativity, innovation, learning, right? Arts. Okay, that's very strong this month. All right. Which was the second one that we said that was stronger? Is 7 killings. 7 killing is the warrior, is the fighter, is the one that's trying to control and do something. So here, the way I read it is a month where people, situations, company, energies are trying hard, very hard, to control, dominate, regulate art, learning, innovation, projects, creativity. Now, will you think that they will succeed? Not necessarily, because they're weak. The 7 killings is weaker than the eating god. You understand how I see it? So yes, there will be forces trying to fight. Even you might feel there's things, people, situations, company, the media, the law, your state, whatever it is trying to regulate and control the way you create, the way you innovate, the way you project yourself, the way you do things. Okay, but you're stronger, so you could prevail. You could prevail because the 7 killings is weak. Okay. Also, this is something that's going to be very visible, that we're going to hear about. We're going to see it in the news. And please send me the information, share the information with me when you see that happening. Why? Because it's on the stems as well. You see how the 7 killings and the eating god is this clash on top. Top means very visible. So we can all see when this is happening. Okay? We can all see when this is happening. Let me ask you something. How is the wealth element in this month? How is the money? Talk to me about the money. What do you think? Strong, weak? What do you think? Weak? Anastasia says weak. Anybody else? Noelia says strong. Liz says strong. Anybody else? We have 2 strong, 1 weak. Weak, Elisa says, okay. Let's see. In my opinion, it's strong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because even though it is penetrated, not necessarily rooted, what's the difference? Here is rooted because it is the same element with the same polarity, right? Here we have the same element, different polarity, which means it's not rooted, it's penetrated, okay? But still, it's the same element. It still means money in this chart. Also, does the month support the money? Yes, because metal produces water. So since metal produces water, the water is strong. Remember, never get confused by, oh, there's too little water. Little water doesn't mean it's little. It just means if it's strong, let's assume we didn't have this here. Let's assume we didn't have this here. Is the element of money still strong? Yes. Because it is supported by the season and it's not clash or involving anything. It's by itself. One element of good quality in BaZi is better than 5 clash combined, out of season and everything. So even if I didn't have that, even if I didn't have this here, I'm still happy with the money element this month because it is supported by the month and it's not being involved in any clash or combination. This one is not, which brings me to my next question. This is direct wealth. This is indirect wealth. Which one of those 2 this month you think is strongest? Which one should we focus on the most? On direct wealth, which is the money that I work for, work more hours, put more effort and comes to me, or indirect wealth, which is the money that I'm going to make through commissions, working on my own and not having the set schedule, by winning the lottery. Which one is strongest this month? Direct wealth. Because the indirect wealth one, which is in the monkey, is involved in all of this mess. See the difference? It's involved. That's how I want you guys to read your own BaZi chart. That's how I read it. It's pretty interesting, right? So if this was a person, it's not a month, it's a month, but let's assume this was Magali's chart. If this is Magali's chart, that she's here with us, let's assume it was. And Magali tells me, Pao, what do you think I should do? Should I focus on being an employee working for a company? Or should I open up my own business and be a self-employed? What will you tell Magali? Forget about this is the monkey month. This is Magali's chart. What will you tell her? Should she open up her own business? Or should she work for a person, for a company? What will be your recommendations for her? be an employee. Be an employee because it's supported by the chart. However, but I really want to work on my own. Yeah, absolutely. You can work on your own, but you're going to have more obstacles than if you go work with somebody, because your direct wealth, first of all, is in the secondary chi. Indirect wealth is secondary chi. It's not the main chi. It is supported by the month. Great. But it's clashed and being combined. So that reduces it. Okay. So that's how I want you guys to see this. So basically this month, we're going to see a lot of fighting, trying to fight, trying to regulate, trying to control things. Okay. Is there money available? Yes, there's money available. There's wealth available. There's opportunities available, but we need to go out and get them, go out and work for them. We're going to see what the QiMen chart is going to say now, because it's going to confirm everything we're saying. Okay. We're good with this one. We're good with the BaZi chart. Let me see if there's any questions. Diana, the original 10 guys for monkey is and the hidden stem are indirect resource. Indirect resource. No, it doesn't have indirect resource, Diana, because indirect resource would be Earth, and it doesn't have Earth. The ones that moved are the original, and we take these ones. No, these are the ones for the month. Like, for instance, you might have your monkey, Diana, is going to have different 10 gods, because your day master is metal. So here it's going to be an A for you, right? You're going to have an A here for you. You're going to have here a, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. But it's going to be based on your day master. These 10 gods here are based on the day master of the month. But since we're all living in this month, this energy will come to us. Okay? Okay. So basically, remember that the 10 gods, this never changes. This will never change for anybody. This will never change for anybody. What changes for people are the 10 gods that are here, because the 10 gods are 100% related to your day master. Okay? That's the difference. So here we're, if right now I pull the chart for the month and I change, well, when I change every month, when I, let me show you guys. Oh no, because then I will have to shut down the other part. If you go right now and you pull your, let's see, do the chart for August 17th. It's going to be a different day master. So you're going to see that the monkey and all the other ones are going to have different 10 gods, because it's based on the day master. Okay. Okay. Oh, which one is more important, mine or the ones for the month? It's two different things. The one for the month are the one that's going to have the flavor the entire month for everybody. The ones that you have in your chart are those for you for your whole life. And also you can incorporate those during the month too. The ones that we're talking about here is for everybody, the entire world. But obviously when you look at yours, you say, okay, but the monkey brings me what? Okay, that brings me, for instance, if you're a fire day master, the monkey brings you wealth, which is what we're going to talk about later. Don't worry, we're going to talk about it when we do the day masters. We talk about it and you're going to be able to combine it. You see. Okay. This, I'm not going to elaborate too much on this one because it's pretty much the same thing that we talked about last month. Why? Because this is the QiMen chart for 2023. Obviously the whole year. Here in the Southwest box, we have the goat and we have the monkey. Goat was the month of July, which we talked about. And August is the month of the monkey, which is what we're going to talk about. However, it is the same box. So I'm not going to repeat everything we said about last month because most of you were here, but I'm just going to tell you, you know, it's time to end things and begin new things. Yes, there might be disagreements, disputes. I think that's something that we've been seeing worldwide, disputes between countries, dispute between teachers and faculty, there's a lot of things happening. You can be the hero in your own movie if you decide to end things and begin new things. So if you've been thinking about starting a business, if you've been thinking about shutting down a business, you've been thinking about ending and beginning something in your life, this is a good month to do it. However, let's look at the month chart, which now this is specific to this month, okay? I rely on this a lot in my personal life, and I do this a lot. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Please do not think that this is the way it has to be done. It's the way I like to do it. It's the way I understand it. It's the way that I like to do it, okay? Here it is. I look at this is the chart, the QiMen chart for everybody for August to September, August 8th to September 7th. And I'm going to look at the Southwest. Why the Southwest? Because this is where the monkey lives, right? Monkey. And it's the month of August. Okay. And I'm going to look at the Northwest. Why am I looking at the Northwest? Because remember that the day master of the month was right here, Wu. So then I look at where is Wu in the chart for the month, and Wu is here. So then I look at the relationship between this and this, okay? Again, that's the way I do it. Do not worry about it if you don't understand how. That's how I like to do my predictions for the month, and it has been working for a while. Okay, this is a full Feng Yin chart. What is a full Feng Yin chart? It means that the doors, the stars, and the stem are in the opposite position where they're supposed to be. Rest and grass belong in the north. Hero and scenery belong in the south. Same thing happens for all the other palaces. So it's called full Feng Yin. The stems, you know when the stems are in Feng Yin, when they are, you see how here you have Sin, Ren, and here you have Ren, Sin, that's Feng Yin. Gui, Gen, Gui. The opposite, that's Feng Yin. What does that mean in real life? It means fast, abrupt changes, things happening at really, really fast pace. It could be chaotic. So it's things that are going to be, by the time you blink, the month will be over and things happen fast. Maybe things that you didn't see coming. You're like, how the hell did this happen? Where did that come from? It could be that indication. Okay, let's look at the Southwest first. The Southwest box has, when I say you, we all have a helpful network of people willing to get things done. It can give us fame. It can give us recognitions. The opportunities are there. The hexagram says, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You're going to gain some things, you're going to lose some things. Make sure you focus on the gain and you always focus on the possibility, okay? Do not let the negative things that happen, do not let the losses that you have blind you from seeing the bright light ahead. So here says that we have a lot of help. We have an entire army of people and resources. We have the chief here, protection, willing to help us and give, okay? And when we talked about the chart before, remember, we needed to end things. So maybe we need to end things for these people to be able to give us a hand and help get what we want. But let's keep looking. Now we need to look at the Northwest and see what's happening in the Northwest. There is plenty of ambition, not enough action. There is plenty of thoughts, preparation, planning, not enough action. So the key to the month, once again, the key to the month is you need to do. We have a green dragon formation, which is great for problem solving, from increasing things, for giving everything you want, for turning negative situations into positive situations, for giving solutions that are there. What is the problem? You're not doing them. You're not doing them. You have the resources, you have the opportunity, you're just not doing it. There is money coming to you this month. There's money coming to all of us this month, but it's money that's coming for a very short period of time and it would end. So if you don't grab it what you can, you will not get it. So this is a month 100% that we need to think what we're going to do and act. Not too much planning, but doing. Why? The door of delusion has many forms. It could be working behind the scenes to launch a campaign, to launch a product, to work on something that you want to do. So yes, it is a great month if you want to do that, but make sure that you're working behind the scenes. Make sure that you're doing it. It's not so much, I want to open up my new business, I want to do this, and that's it. No, it's actually actively working on it, doing the research, contacting the people, but not so much communicating what you're doing. You understand that, right? It's working and doing, but working and doing behind the scenes. Do not let the delusion be the one that you say you're going to do, and you have this whole thing that you're going to do, but you don't do anything. So basically, do not get lost in your words and in your planning, but actually do. Because if you do, there are wealth opportunities available for sure. For sure. Remember the money wealth, the money star that we talked about, the element was present, is there. Is there. We have Earth here, which is the deity that's in charge of wealth. It's there. Green dragon is wealth. Being is wealth. The thing is, being is in the palace that is not very strong, which is why I'm saying that the wealth is present, just not long lasting. So make sure that you take advantage of what you have. Also, ambassador. Ambassador is money. Chief is money. Life door, I covered it, I'm sorry, but life door is there, is money, is wealth. I said before that this is a full Feng Yin chart, which is everything is in the opposite direction. However, the Northeast, here's a little mini class for everybody. And the Northeast and the Southwest are both earth elements. So even though it's the opposite of each other, it's not really negative or not so much Feng Yin because it's still in the same element. Therefore, this wealth is strong. This wealth is strong. So there's wealth. And this produces this, which means, yes, money will come to us. Opportunities will come to us. Resources will come to us if we do the work. If we do the work. And the work might be finishing, ending things that we started, or things that we didn't start and now we want to start. Why do I keep saying that? Because we have the death door in the other chart. The death door means things that come to an end. It could be things that you restart and do over again. It could be things that you end and begin a new one. So basically, change up what you have been doing. This is something that we were supposed to do in July. If you did it in July, do you have to do another change again this month? No, you don't have to do another change. I just want to make sure you're changing. That's all. We have this 2 months to be able to do the change. Okay. Why? Because now when we talk in September, we have a fear door. Fear door in the West is a very strong door. What is that? Leadership, discipline, respect, authority. But that's going to happen only if you face your fears and you did what you were supposed to do the month before. Okay. Great income in wealth. All of that can be happening in September if you did what you're supposed to do. Okay. Let's see. We also, well, we'll talk about that one when we do the analysis for everybody's destiny balance. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to add on this. Anybody has any questions regarding this QiMen chart for now? Example, Liz, you wrote to me privately, that's okay, but just so you know, you wrote to me privately. Examples of get answers to quotes made in the last month and not hear back. Finally get it, but not for long. Exactly. Great. Liz asked, she getting answers or getting a response from a quote, a business quote or sales quote that she made last month and have not heard back yet. She goes, could it be that I'm finally gonna get it, but maybe not for a long time? Yeah, it could be the quote that you did, but maybe the time frame that I'm just gonna say, maybe you say, let's do work for a year, and they say, no, it's not gonna be a year, it's gonna be for 6 months. It could be that. It could be, oh no, let's take it on a month-to-month basis. It could be that. It could be something like that. Yes, it could be. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Good. Now, I did this last month, and I know you guys liked it, so here it is again this month. These are the animals or the pillars that we have in relation to the year, okay? In relation to them, to the world map. So basically, everything that we talk about today, it's more beneficial, prejudicial, however you want to say it, to the countries that are highlighted. So the good and the bad, the pretty and the ugly, these are the places that are going to receive most of that energy. This is based on the year pillar, and it's based on the month pillar with the Feng Yin and the Fu Yin. That's what it means. So basically, look at, and coincidentally enough, last month, people, oh my God, they sent me probably like 40 or 50 news articles about the stuff that we talked about during the month. And I believe 90 to 95% of them were all in the countries that were highlighted last month. Okay. So the good and the bad, everything gets intensified in those countries because they belong to the month or the year that we are right now in course. So it's just to take note. That's all that it means. Okay. Okay. So now, is anybody here have a metal monkey in their chart? Anybody here that has the metal monkey? If you do, let's talk about it. Obviously, I'm going to give you a very brief. Oh, Celine, you got your husband Anais. Yes, in the pit. Okay, this is a very general description because obviously, as you saw when we did the BaZi for the month, you need to look at the interaction of the entire chart. Okay, so this is a very general thing that we're going to talk about. Okay, so this is the raw metal and it requires forging. It needs to be forged. It requires 10 times forging, but also resists 10 times the heat. Generally, it's in good health. It needs ding. Ding is yin fire. Yin fire is the man-made fire, the one that forges metal, not Bing, not the sun. The sun is Bing with a B. You don't forge metal with the sun. You forge metal with Ding. So ideally in your chart, you should have Ding to be able to forge you and become something that is useful. Also needs Yang wood, because it's your wealth element and it gives you always a purpose. This type of pillar needs to have a purpose, needs to have something to do. So when you have that wood in your chart, that gives you that purpose to go out and conquer and cut, okay? It's afraid of water. So basically you don't want to have too much water in your chart if you have this pillar. Why? Because water rusts the metal and it makes you depressed and a lot of anxiety. Usually this person is stubborn. Difficulties are good for the person because it helps you grow. Difficulties are the fire that are going to burn you and shape you into something good. Okay, so always remember, whenever you go through a period of hardship, of clashes, of obstacles, of difficulties, please understand that that is a way of life shaping you to become something better. Do not get depressed. Do not be the victim. Just think, how can I grow from these experiences that are happening to me? Those who are with plenty of exercise, this is a pillar that I always recommend that you physically do exercise. This person does not like to be overprotected. His lesson is to master pride. It can be a bit introverted. His superior intelligence and intuition make this person difficult to fool, very hard to fool, because he detects people that are trying to cheat you, they're trying to defraud you very easy. So they have like the sixth sense to know when something is not right. His romantic or her romantic life is driven by the expectation of perfection, maybe extremely cold and cruel in marriage. They say that because they might say things the way they are. I mean, this is what I think and this is how I feel and that's what it is. So a lot of people don't like that. So they're very to the point, very it is what it is. So they say that they can be very cold because it's hard sometimes to show emotions. Therefore, disappointment is practically guaranteed because these expectations cannot be met. This is a person that's looking for perfection, and perfection does not exist. So therefore, if you're always looking for something to be perfect, including yourself, sometimes you put so much expectation on you to be perfect, and you will be disappointed because perfection is impossible to obtain. It has a good understanding of how human nature works, and is able to hide what he knows and thinks about other people. So again, it's not a person that's out there trying to hurt anybody or trying to make anybody feel bad, or will not give an opinion unless you ask, okay? Unless you ask. His face usually, or her face usually has no emotions or very little emotion, is able to compartmentalize the different aspects of their life and treat his family at first separate from business. This is a person that will not mix family life with their career. It's two different things. Behaves well towards children and takes them into account in their decision making. Yeah, poker face. Yeah, a very good poker face. He's passionate, intense, and cunning. He usually or she usually loves music. Here we go, as you can see, Gan sitting in indirect resource and eating God and friend element. They tend not to stir things, but will take strong stand if their clan or this tribe is being threatened. This is not a person that's going to go out there looking for trouble, looking for problem, looking for confrontation. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. However, if you touch their clan, their family, their children, their project, something that they care about, get ready to face the consequences. They're going to attack to the end. So they're very protective. The indirect wealth allows him or her a keen sense of his surroundings, while the eating god gives him that personal touch of creativity in problem solving. Very good people problem solving. If you have a problem and you need to find a solution, find a metal monkey. They're going to tell you what the solution is, whether you like it or not. They're not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to tell you what the solution is. There is a situation where the indirect resource encounters eating god that is called owl stealing food. It is a scenario where the person is often eccentric, as both the indirect resource and the eating god lack the ability to explain where their stuff came from. This makes his motive or her motive very suspicious. So this is a situation where people might question you, why are you driving this nice car? How did you get the promotion? How did you do that? Because you're not the person to go out there and say what you're doing. I am working very hard. I'm going to the gym every day in the morning because I want to have a nice abs and I want to have a nice body. You're not going to go there and announce. You're going to show up 6 months later wearing a bikini or wearing a nice top and your abs are going to show. So you're not the person to be telling the process of what you're doing. So people think you stole it or you don't deserve it. So that's something that could happen a lot to the metal monkeys. In relationship, usually when you have the friend element, like in this case, it's this friend element that you're sitting on it, the pillar, it's said that you can have issues with friendship and your romantic life. It could mean good things like you marry your best friend, you're dating your best friend, but it could also be friends are very involved in your personal life. It could be your husband or your wife lives with your friend. So there's an issue unless you know how to balance that with friendship and family and relationship. So be careful when it comes to that. Do not let your friends get too involved in your personal life and do not give too much access to that. Okay. Miss Lee, my competitors have Gensh and Iman could come from him this month, August. Okay, well, let's see what the QiMen chart is going to say for your Destiny Palace. But if your competitor has that, he or she has Fu Yin, so they're going to be very strong and these qualities are going to be intensified. So now we have to see what are your tools that you can use to be able to counter that. Because if they have that, they're strong this month. That also means that they have a Fu Yin, which we'll see what that means later on, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, the hexagram that we have is happiness. Just so that you know, this hexagram, this month has 2 hexagrams. The metal monkey is one of the 4. Let me explain this to make sure that, because it might be confusing for some people. If you follow the masters, you might see that they attribute another hexagram to this month. They attribute hexagram number 29. I'm using hexagram 4. Why? There are 64 hexagrams. There's 60 pillars. So we have 4 remaining hexagrams. Those 4 remaining hexagrams were assigned to 4 pillars. One of them is the metal monkey. So the metal monkey is one of 4 pillars that have 2 hexagrams. Now, which hexagram you use for that particular one depends on the season that we're in or the months that we're in. Usually, I forgot because I have different dates. I believe that is June or July. I believe it's in June, that after June, from June to January, I believe, from June to January, we use the 4 hexagram number 4 for this metal monkey. Before that, you use 29. That is why if you do my BaZi calculator, you might see that if you have the metal monkey, it has hexagram 29, and you say, how come you say now it's 4? And that's probably because you were born during that period of time. I like to do it very specific. Some people use as a general one, the number 29, but in my opinion, my personal opinion, it's not correct because you need to use the one that it's based on the formula, depending when it appears. Okay. Like for instance, if you were born in the hour of a metal monkey, or you were born, let's say during the month of March, you're going to have hexagram number 29 on it. Okay. That's all. I just wanted to teach you and let you know why you might see the difference of this hexagram with another master that probably showing us hexagram number 29. So basically, this hexagram number 29 is the happiness hexagram. It has Gen on top, and it has Li at the bottom. And basically it says, be happy. As young minds are more impressionable and flexible, their education should begin in early possible stages. This is similar to bamboo, the growth of which can be nourished. Like good homes that are built on solid foundations, it is about tracing the source of a person's life when they were young. A young person does not necessarily need to have an ambition or a goal yet, but the fundamentals of right and wrong and morality must be instilled from the beginning. So basically, this is a month for us to think about what are the steps that I need to do, that I need to prepare to get what I want. Like a young person is beginning to learn life, to know life, to prepare for life. So basically, do not focus so much on the end goal, but what do I need to do to get there? Why? Because sometimes we change our plans in between. Okay, so basically be open to change, be open to new ideas, and be open to the fundamentals and what do I stand for. And you're going to see that later on when we talk about the day master, that this is a month also, in my opinion, based on the hexagram. This is something that I was talking actually to my daughter about yesterday. And I like the hexagram because it says it. Let's focus on this month on what really makes us happy. What makes me happy? That's something that sometimes we don't think about. We think about what we're supposed to do, what society expects us to do, what our family or parents expect us to do. But do you want to do this? The reason why I was talking to my daughter, actually, and my son, because we're talking about college. My daughter is already going to be applying to college. My son still have a few more years, but I remember that my son, he told me, he goes, well, I'm going to be an engineer. I'm going to study engineering. Obviously, he's a soccer player, but obviously they're going to college. And I was like, okay, so you like engineering? He goes, no, I just chose engineering. It's a lot of engineers in my family. And I'm like, but is that what you want to do? He goes, I don't know. I don't think so. But we were watching a show, which we love, which is To Catch a Smuggler. I don't know if you guys watch it. Like those airports. I love to watch this thing in the airport. They catch people with drugs. I'm obsessed with those shows. We were watching the show. And at one point, like after this conversation, he's like, my God, that has to be like the coolest job on earth. He happens to say that. He goes, imagine like looking at catching people that are bringing drugs into the country and you're trying to catch those people so that the drugs do not get in. Oh my God, imagine like how awesome that is. And I looked at him and he looked at me and I'm like, then that's it. Then that's it. But in his mind, he's like, yeah, but it's not an engineer. It's not an attorney. It's not, you're an FBI agent. Yes, but in his mind, he was like, it's not as good as, because society expects you to do this. I'm just the guy in the airport trying to catch people with drugs. And I'm like, but you should have seen the way his face lit up. When he was like, imagine doing that every day. I'm like, then that's what you need to do. So I think this is a month of realizing what makes me happy in every aspect of my life. From my physical appearance, that we die ourselves in the gym, dieting and exercise. Obviously, health is important, obviously. But how much of my sacrificing what I want to eat and my dieting is because of what makes me happy versus what society expects me to do. You understand, right? So I want this month to please, let's be selfish. Let's be selfish. What do I want to do? No, I don't want to do it. And something else, let's not feel guilty saying no. Remember that I showed you guys the QiMen chart before where it has tiger with death, ending things. And what I'm learning and it has been very tough for me to do throughout my life is saying no without feeling guilty. Who else has that problem? That sometimes, no, but just say no no, I don't want to go. Paula, did you want to go out to dinner? But I'm like, I don't want to go out. Oh my God, Diana is inviting me to go out. Diana, I don't want to go. I want to stay home and I want to watch To Catch a Smuggler on TV. I don't want to go out. Thank you, Diana, but no, I'll stay home tonight. It's hard for me to do, but I don't want to go. But if I don't want to go, why do I have to go? You understand? So I think for me, one thing that I'm learning to do is saying no and not feeling guilty about it. I don't want to go. Not being rude, obviously. I'm not saying being rude, but just let's learn to do what we want to do. Obviously, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. And even if you're hurting somebody else, be careful, because you might be hurting your mom that expects you to be an engineer, but you don't want to be. So just food for thoughts. I don't know if this helps anybody, but it's just something that I found the curious that we're talking about. And then I was talking to my daughters and her friends, same thing, that they all in the college stage where their parents are, well, you need to be an attorney and you're going to be a doctor and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And the daughters right now is stressing because I don't want to do that. And yes, Noelia, it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. But I think it's time that we start living our own lives and to know who you are, because sometimes we get lost in who we should be. Then how, if you're trying to be who you should be, how do you know who you are, what you're supposed to do? Yeah, absolutely. It's a very Latino way to do it. I'm not sure in other cultures if that's the way it is, but you do not disappoint your parents, right? You want mommy and daddy to be happy, and you want your grandparents to be proud. If they're not proud, then you're sad. And yes, that's a very Latino mentality, which it's very nice because it's a nice sense of family, but let's make sure that we don't get lost in that and lose who we are. Because maybe the person that you were meant to be was this huge, amazing person, and you settle for something that you didn't want. So nothing, food for thought. Okay, this I give it to you guys every month. Remember, if you have, check your charts right now. If you have any of this at all in your chart, you have a direct connection with the month, a special connection with the month. It's your friend. Yes, it can lead to a lot of family unhappiness, which is great for this month because this happiness is right there. Yes, Essie, 100%. So basically, it's the month. It's friends with you. It's friends with you. The one that I put with the frame, this 4, have a particular strong connection because it's a heaven and earth combination. How do I get this? I get this with the hexagrams. I combine the top and the bottom hexagram. So the top and bottom hexagram will give it this 4, which basically, if you have the wood rat, the fire ox, the water monkey, and the water goat, then you have a special connection for this month. Okay. Now, where do you have it? Let's just go over. And remember, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to share tomorrow, this entire presentation, so you don't have to write everything down. Do not worry. I'm going to put it in my Telegram channel tomorrow morning. If you have it in the year that you were born, so please, this month, I want you socializing. I want you video. I want you social media. I want you out there in the world. I want people to see you because it's with your external world. I want you to go to every birthday party that they invite you to. I want you to go to every celebration that they invite you to. I want you to be visible. I want you to be out there. Please make sure that you do that if you have any of those in the year. If you have it in the month, this is not the month to go on vacation. This is the month for you to focus on your job. Focus on doing the right thing. Focus on being visible. Focus on doing your best, on your boss, or if you're your own boss, on being visible, of looking for opportunities, or presenting opportunities, contacting people to expand your business. So the month is friends with your money-making abilities. What are you going to do with it? It happens this month. It's not going to happen again for a while. If it's with the day, if it's your day, then you, with yourself, with your health, with your partner, but it's more like you. What do I need to change about my life? What we talked about, right? What makes me happy? What have I been sacrificing about myself in order to make others happy? So it will be a good month for self-reflection if you have it. I have the water monkey. It's my day pillar. I have that there. So this is a month for me to do that. The hour, my children. If you have it in the hour, your children, your grandchildren, your investments, your thoughts, your plans, your projects. Let me ask you a question. I'm not sure if I had asked before in this class, as in the English part. If I have a business, my business, what pillar is it? What aspect do I focus on? Month, day, year, or hour? My business, what is it? The month, right? The month. My business is my month. How about if I want to open up a new business. In my goal for 2024, or my goal for August, is to open up a new business. Then what is it? The hour. Great. You see the difference, right? Because once it's already established, it's my month, it's my money maker. If I'm thinking, planning to open up a business, where does it exist? In my mind. It's the hour of birth. It's something that I'm putting my time, my effort, and everything in my mind. So if you want to open up a business, believe it or not, the pillar that you're going to look into is your hour. Once it's open, it becomes a reality. I'm sorry, I think my camera got a little bit blurry. Sorry. Once you open it, then it becomes the month. That is the difference between those two. Okay, just so that you know. So basically, if you have it in the hour, it's great for your thoughts, your planning, anything that you're thinking about doing. Okay, it's that. So I just wanted to create that difference. If you have it in the luck pillar, if you're going through a 10-year cycle of them, then it means that the people around you are going to be presented with opportunities in their lives. So you might be surrounded by people that are doing well. You might be surrounded by people with good news or promotions or a marriage or pregnancies or moving or anything. So you might be surrounded with people that have good connections with the month. Okay, not necessarily you, because your luck pillar is not you, it's things that come to you. So usually can mean the people around you, okay? So again, look at it. If you don't have any, do not worry about it. Trust me, do not worry about it. We're going to look other stuff later, but I just want you to be aware. Is there anybody that has more than two? I think I have, I have two. I just realized I have two. I have the fire horse and I have this. Two for you. Okay, you have two. Good. Noelia, I have an hour and I have, okay, good. In the month. Okay. Wow, Anastasia, you have three. That's amazing. Vanessa, you have two. See, like for instance, let me ask you something. I have, or anybody, for instance, I have this in my day. I have this in my hour. Let me ask you something. You guys are my consultant. You are doing my chart. Should I focus this month in my personal family life? Or should I focus more on my work? The benefit what this month is handing me down is what? My family, my personal life, or my business life? What do you guys think? My personal. Why? Because I have this one in my day, this one in my hours. And if you guys remember, I'm not sure if I explained this before, I think I did. The year and the month is your external life. Anything outside of my house, my job, my business, my friends. The day and the hours is my inside my life, inside my house, basically. So then that's why. If I think somebody said that they have the year and the day, so then you can focus on both. So very good. Okay. So yeah, you have three. That's really, really good. I mean, three is really good. But again, you have the energy that the month is giving you, but if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. Remember, now you have three. Now the month told you to do, so go out there and do. Okay, me too. You have the day, Fanny. So then this month, focus on myself. What makes me happy? What changes do I want to make in my life, my personal life, my married life, with my children, my investment, my employees? By the way, so that you guys know, my employees are my hour, because things that come from me, they depend on me. So they're like my children. So that's what employees are, your investments, which are also the hour of birth. Okay, so, well, good. We have that there. Perfect. And again, don't worry about copying them down, because tomorrow I'm going to send you the PDF in Telegram. Okay, the monkey month. Now let's talk about specific, like what Diana was asking me before. Now let's try to personalize it a little bit more, because everything that we talked about is very general for everybody. So now let's make it more personal to you. Now look at your chart, whether you have mine, you have Intuitive, or you have JY or Chinese medicine, it doesn't matter. How many of you have that monkey as your nobleman star? If you have mine, it will say, right here says Shen, it's a little monkey on it. By the way, this image is altered. Nobody will have this like that. You just have to use it to be able to illustrate it easier. Okay, we have, okay, perfect. We have, okay. If the monkey is your nobleman star, what does that mean? This month, you have people, situations, willing, ready, and available to help you, which is good. Please ask for help if you need to. Also know that anything that happens to you this month didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Whether it seems something bad, it's not bad, it's for you to grow and become something better. Nobleman Star is to help you grow, achieve something better, even if that means hard lessons that we have to go through. So do not say, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Say, what am I supposed to learn from this? And why am I supposed to grow from this? Okay. Now, how many of you that have monkey as your nobleman star also have tiger in your chart? So you have tiger in your chart and monkey is your nobleman star. Anybody with that? If that is the case, then that means that those lessons that you're going to learn can be a bit hard. Okay, it could be your superior or your colleague that ends an association or partnership with you. It can be your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife that breaks up with you. It could be your child that becomes very hard and those things that you don't want them to do. It's a more difficult lesson, but please understand that if the nobleman is involved, always 100% of the time is for you to grow and become better. 100% of the times. Okay. So please always stop and say, why is this happening? And what do I need to learn? Why was I fired the month that I have my nobleman star? It's basically life telling me you never had the courage to quit and be your own boss or get that other job. So I'm going to do this for you. You understand, right? So please know that a nobleman star is an amazing star that's going to help you grow and become better. Always 100% of the times. Okay. So let's see. Now, how many of you have the nobleman Tai Chi or Tai Chi nobleman as your monkey? Or the monkey as your nobleman Tai Chi? Okay. If you have that, again, remember we had it in the month. Now you personally have it. Please, 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 this month, find a connection with the spiritual realm, however you want to do it, through prayer, through church, through whatever it is that you need. Because there might be situations during the month that might require you to stop, say, okay, God, universe, whatever you want to say, give me a sign. Why am I going through this? Why am I going through this experience? Why am I supposed to learn from this? So if you have the monkey, this month is the time for you to please connect with your higher self, however that means to you. Okay? There is no right or wrong way to do it, whatever that is for you. Who has the monkey as the academic star? If you have it as the academic star, then it means learning. Please learn. Study. It will be easier for you to understand things or try to expand in the knowledge of something that you already have. But studying, learning, maybe something that you found so hard to understand before, maybe this month it's easier for you to understand. And also want you to know, Rosa and Alejandro, that not necessarily only academics. Let me tell you something that I have learned with the academic star. Even though it's called an academic star, it could be, Alejandro and Rosa, that this month it clicks and you understand a situation that you have not been able to understand before. Maybe this month you're like, wow, now I see why I'm just going to make something up. Now I see why every girlfriend I had was always X. Now I see why I have been so tough on my children. And it just clicks. Oh my God, because I remember that my grandmother one day told me, I don't know, it's just like an epiphany. It's something that just like, now it makes sense. Now I understand. Now I understand. Okay. It's very, 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 like for instance, in my opinion, and I'm going to talk about that when I teach Feng Shui, is one of the most important stars, in my opinion, is your academic star. Like, as a matter of fact, I bought a house that the main door is in my academic star. I specifically look for that because not only helps me academically to learn things, but also to understand life. So it's very important. So please make sure that You try to understand and remember, life is not going to say, Alejandro, Rosa, remember what happened? No, life is not going to tap you in the shoulder. You have to know and understand. And that's why having a spiritual connection is very nice. Solitary star. Okay, solitary star is very different from lonesome star. Lonesome star is when you feel lonely. Solitary star is when you want to be alone. Two different things. So if you have the monkey as your solitary star, you might want to take time for yourself and not be bothered and meditate, pray, dance, party, whatever it is. So please take some time this month to just be with you. Take time for you, take a few minutes to just be yourself. And remember, we talked about what makes me happy, what I don't like. Why am I in this marriage that makes me so happy? Why am I in this job that makes me so happy? Why am I living in this country that I've hated for so long? Why? Connect with yourself and obviously make changes if that's the case, if you decide that changes needed to be made. So solitary star is a beautiful start for you to go within yourself and analyze what are the things that I need to make changes for. It's your life. Nobody else is going to live it for you but you. Okay, death and emptiness. Death and emptiness. Who has a monkey? Death and emptiness can mean several things. The way I look at death and emptiness is it can mean everything that we have talked about, everything that we talked about the monkey is reduced for you. It's not as strong. It's reduced. It's less. That's one way to look at it. I will say it's a very basic way to look at it. The way I see it is, if you have death and emptiness in the monkey, basically everything we talked about, you're like, I'll be fine. I'm okay. Bring it. I'll be okay regardless. So basically it's like, it doesn't bother me. It's life will bring me whatever it needs to bring, and whatever it brings me, I'll be able to deal with it. It's okay. Who that has monkey as death and emptiness identifies with that? Says, you know what? Okay, I get it, but it's okay. I'll be fine. It is what it is. That's what life's brought, and I'll deal with it. Is that sensation? That's a very strong death and emptiness when it comes. In my experience, that's also happens a lot in QiMen. So that's the feeling that the death and emptiness people might have this month if you have monkey. Okay, this two right here, which is the heavenly doctor and the extinction star, I want to make something very clear. If you have it here, do not put too much emphasis on it, because this is the same platform that my very advanced students use, and they know how to do day selection. So heavenly doctor means, if the monkey is your heavenly doctor, it means that this is a month where you should be able to have medical procedures done, see a doctor, anything related with health. However, this is not the only thing you look at. Please understand that is not the only thing you look at. This is basically the cherry on top of the cake when you already did a full-blown day selection. Okay? So this is just an extra additional, because I don't want you to say, oh, monkey, I have a monkey. So this month I'm going to go have open heart surgery. No, what if you have 2 tigers in your chart? What if you have a pig that's being harmed? What if, so please don't just go by this. This is just something that is there for very advanced students to use on top of. Same thing with extinction star, which is the opposite. Do not do medical proceedings in this month. So do not go and look at it. Oh, I'm not supposed to do anything because it's the monkey month. Okay, but what if your chart actually allows it and it's okay? It's your resource star. It's actually combines with your day. So I'm not too concerned about it when it has to do with using the extension star, if it's okay in a particular chart. So basically ignore this, okay? This is for very advanced students to use. Now, the traveling horse, it's very interesting because it means movement fast. If you have the monkey as your traveling star, traveling wealth, or traveling horse, it means that the month is already, as it is, going to be fast-paced. For you, it's going to be even faster. What does that mean? Then basically go, travel. It could be physically go outside of your office and travel and work outside, contact clients outside of your network, contact clients outside of your city, outside of your state, outside of your country. You can make money from international. You can make money from something that's not from the same group of people as you. So please explore. If you have the monkey as your traveling star, it means please explore outside of where you are at. do something different. If you work from the office and you have the opportunity to physically go out there, then go out there. If you're a salesman, please go out and visit your clients. Not just call them, physically go if you can. Obviously, if they live in the same city, then physically go and see them, okay? Traveling horse is the same thing as car horse? Yes, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a some masters call them different, so it's the same thing. A Pilar Pau question. When we have the same animal in celestial doctor as in Stiction Star, what can we do? Yeah, it's a tricky one when you have them both, because it says you can do it, no, you cannot do it. So basically you have to look at the chart. You have to look at your own chart and see, because one of those is going to be correct. Maybe, like I said, maybe if it says that the monkey is your celestial doctor, right? But then I look at your chart and you're a wood day master. For a wood day master, already the monkey is attacking. And you also have a tiger or two tigers. And you also have a pig, which is a harm. Then I'll be like, definitely not. Then I will say, go more with the extinction monkey. So avoid it. So for that, you have to specifically look at your chart and see what it does. The monkey, in this case, those are your chart. And then see which one of those will be. But yes, it can be a little bit contradictory, a little bit hard, unless you know exactly how to read your chart. Yeah. Solution, don't get sick. No, solution, don't get medical treatment in that month, just in case. Just in case. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I skipped one. No? Okay. Hey, I forgot. Did I do combines with it? I didn't put the first combination. Did I not put it in the English one? Sorry, let me. I skipped that one. Well, I'll tell you. For whatever reason, I didn't put it here. The monkey is friends with the snake. Okay, the monkey is friends with the snake. So if you have snake in your chart, that means that it's good. It's your friend, what we're going to talk about later, because it also has a destruction and it also has ungrateful punishment. So it's like that relationship that I love you, I love you, I love you, but I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. So it has a friendship with the snake. So if you have snake, it's good. It's good for you. The monkey is your friend. The monkey is coming to be your friend. However, it also has a destruction that we're gonna talk about later, which means things that end abruptly. That's not necessarily bad. It could be you want to end a relationship, then end it. You want to finish an employment, finish it. It could be something that is short-term as well. Also, it has what is called ungrateful punishment. Ungrateful punishment means that this month, if you have a snake, you might feel unappreciated. That people don't value you. Maybe people don't respect you. People don't give you the respect that you're entitled to. So please lower your expectations a bit this month so you're not hurt. Also, make sure you're not the person being ungrateful to others. So all of you that have snake this month, please make a point of telling your staff, telling your spouse, telling your kids, telling everybody that you appreciate what they do. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. You know, what you do does not go unseen. So try to be the person that's grateful. That way, yin and yang, that same energy will come back to you. So yes, the snake and the monkey are happy. They're friends, but it comes with a little bit of ungratefulness, either one way or another, and it comes with things that end abruptly. Okay. Also, it has a perfect combination with the wood snake. So if you have a wood snake, what I just said right now is particularly stronger to you because you have a strong connection, heaven and earth, with the metal monkey that we have this month. Sorry, I didn't put it in the chart. I will add it before I add the presentation, before I upload the presentation tomorrow. But I guess by mistake, I deleted that slide that was right before this one. Okay, the next combination that we have is if you have rat or dragon. If you have rat and/or dragon in your chart, you have a trilogy, a combination with a monkey. So it is great for networking. It is great for socializing. It is great for doing. So please see, where do I have the rat or the monkey? I'm sorry, the rat or the dragon in my chart. So in that aspect of my life, like for instance, I have dragon in my year. So my year is friends with the monkey. So I'm going to do everything, social media and everything that has to do with my external world. If you have, let's say, the dragon or the rat in the day, so it's more in your personal life that the monkey, the month is friends with you. So see where you have it to know in what aspect of your life the monkey of the month is trying to help you. If you see, Vanessa, you have them both. You have it in the year and you have it in the month. So the trilogy completes. So you have now 3 of them because that monkey, even though if it's not in your chart, is there. So basically, your external world, your job, your career, your friend, your social media, your network, everything that has to do with that is what you're going to focus on the most. In your luck pillar, if it's in your luck pillar, then that means exactly, Anastasia, the people around you are going to have that energy. The people around you are going to be successful and be able to have a lot of more of that. Okay. The Mind Palace is a little bit different list because the Mind Palace, it has to do with it's more like a karmic and the tools that you have in this life to be able to fulfill your purpose in life. So basically the friends is the month is friends with us. So it's going to help you have a better, clear view on maybe what your purpose is in life and what you're supposed to do. That's probably what it means. The hidden combination with the rabbit. The hidden combination with the rabbit. Which hidden combination with the rabbit? Well, let's look at the rest. Let's see. So the same thing that I just said for the dragon and the rat is the same thing for the rooster and the dog. The rooster, the dog, and the monkey are part of a metal trilogy. So if you have a rooster and or a dog, please make sure that this month in that aspect of your life where you have it, you focus on. They're friends. It's good. They're coming to help, which is great. So if you have one or both, then perfect. Okay, perfect. That's great. Now, let's talk about this. The tiger and the monkey. So the people that are new in BaZi, let me explain something to you. The tiger and the monkey is one of the hardest and most difficult clashes that there is in BaZi. Why? Because we're dealing with Gen, which is Yang metal, which is an axe, let's just say that. And we're dealing with Yang wood in the tiger, which is a big tree. So it's metal chopping wood. It's painful. It's hard. It hurts. It's consistent. It's, it's exhausting. So if you have tiger in your chart, you might feel this month exhausted, controlled, people trying to overpower you, people trying to tell you what to do, people trying to regulate where you go. It's a strong energy and it's very strong because the metal is metal with metal. So it's coming full force. Now, what do I do with that? Remember, finishing, ending things in my life that we talked about before that we need to do because the QiMen charts that we need to do. So for all of you that have tiger, please think, Noelia, you have in the day pillar. Okay, great. In the day pillar, what in my personal life, Noelia, do I need to change so that life doesn't change it for me? What in my relationship, do I like the person that I'm with? Do I like the person that I am physically? Do I need to get into a diet and change my physical self for health? If I'm single and I have a tiger during the day, I might meet a person because my single life will change. It's not necessarily bad. That's the one thing I want you to understand. It could be painful, but not necessarily bad all the time. Okay? It's what changes do I need to make? Because if you make the changes, then the pain will not come because you make the changes. If it's in the hour, if you don't have children, maybe you get pregnant. I don't want to get pregnant, then protect yourself. If it's in the hour, what changes in my mind do I need to change? What projects do I need to change? What investments do I need to change? So think of things that you might want to change this month. Because if not, the month will do it for you. And then that's when it hurts. If it's in the month, if you've heard that your job is cutting back on people, if you heard that you might lose your job, if you heard that your industry is not the best, and you have a tiger in the month, this could be the month that you lose your job. So what do? Do I sit here and wait for my boss to fire me? No, let me start thinking of plan B. Let me start finding another job. Let me start doing it myself. Let me start doing it myself. If you have it in the year, it could be something related to your friends. It could be something related to social media. It could be something that you're moving. It could be something with your family life as far as like moving. It could be your job sends you to another market, to another, whatever it is. What can I do now in order to be able to minimize that cut? Okay, it's 100% within your control. Let me tell you something, and I have said this many, many times. I love clashes. Let me ask you something. Who here, and please be as he said this month, do not go for a bikini wax. That's a good idea. Maybe do not go for a bikini wax. Okay, let me ask you this. And please be honest. Is there anybody here that can say my life is 100% perfect? Perfect in every way. Money, perfect. Relationship, perfect. Health, perfect. I'm physically in the best shape of my life. I have all the money in the world that I need. I don't need a penny more. I have everything is perfect. If your life is perfect in every way, then yes, be very afraid of clashes. Yes, because something is going to change and you're perfect, right? But if your life is not perfect, then a change, the way I see it, says, great, is an opportunity for me to change that aspect of my life that I'm not happy with. The biggest changes and the most important changes in my life have come when I didn't even know BaZi back then, when I had changes, clashes. Now I look back, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Now I see. So now whenever I already know, like all the month that clash with my chart, obviously. I'm like, okay, this month I'm going to do this month I'm going to do that, this month I'm going to do that, based on the clashes that are coming. And then why do I not feel it painful? Because I make the changes myself. Okay, I make the changes myself. Now, the difference between a clash and a harm, the harm, which is with the pig, if you have pig, you have a harm. This one is the one that I respect. Not that I'm afraid of, but I respect. Why? Because this one hurts me. It hurts my feeling. It hurts my emotion. It's my friend that betrays me. It's my husband that betrays me. It's my child that insults me. It's, it's not only that I lost my job, it's that I dedicated 40 years to this job. And one day, you know what? Sorry, do not come back tomorrow. Here you go. Bye. It's that it hurt me. So if you have pig in your chart, how can you fix that? You lower your expectations. If you lower your expectations, then you don't get that hurt, right? It doesn't hurt you as much. Do not expect so much from people. Do not expect so much from situation. Do not expect that people will do the same thing that you would do for them. Because remember, our expectations, our hurt are usually tied 100% to our expectations. I got disappointed because my friend Barbara didn't help me. Oh my God, why? But why did I get hurt? Because I expected Barbara to help me. But why did you expect Barbara to help me? Because she's my friend. And I would help her. See, there you go. So do not expect anything paid this month. That way you're not disappointed. Okay, you're not disappointed and you're not hurt. I think I told you guys a story. Please let me know if I don't want to repeat it. But when I had, there was 1 year in the pig year, I have always, I'm not like, I appreciate gifts, but you don't have to give me a gift. Like for my birthday, you don't have to give me a gift. Because to me, it's more of a hassle for you to tell me, what do you want for your birthday? I didn't want to think about it. So I always tell my husband, do not give me a gift. I don't care. Don't give me a gift. I don't care. So he knows, right? So in particular, the year of the pig, that's a harm to my monkey, which is in my day. I remember for Mother's Day, he didn't give me a gift. And I remember that I was so hurt. And I didn't say anything, pride. And then I said to myself, why do I care so much that he didn't give me a gift? I always told him not to give me a gift, that he hasn't given me. Why does it bother me so much this year? And then I'm like, oh my God, because it's the pig year. It's a pig year. So you're more emotional. Therefore, which brings me to my next point. Do not make decisions based on your emotions if you have a pig this month. Okay? I don't care, but you dare not give me a one. Exactly. I don't want to give. How dare you not give me a gift? Oh, you have no idea. It went down something like absolutely. He ended up having to buy me a gift, which I didn't like at the end, but here we go. So yes, so please lower your expectations. Do not be emotional when you have a conversation. If I think that Barbara hurt me, I'm not gonna call her. I'm like, you know what, Barbara, I'm done with you because you didn't help me. Wait until next month. I mean, after the following month, and I talk to Barbara because I am sure, almost for sure, you're overreacting. Okay, almost for sure you're overreacting. Okay, and destruction, like I said before, the snake, it has its friends with the monkey. It has an ungrateful punishment with the monkey, and it also has a destruction with the monkey, but we already talked about that, so I'm not going to repeat it because we basically covered that. Okay, next one is, let's talk about Feng Yin, Fu Yin. This is a month of August. If you have this in your chart, this is the real Feng Yin, which is clash in the same direction. This is what's called heaven and earth clash. Not necessarily Feng Yin, but the effect is pretty much the same. Why is it not a Feng Yin? Because the clash goes this way and this one clashes this way. In order to be a Feng Yin, it needs to be the same direction, but it's still considered heaven and earth. I put it smaller just so that you know that it's not a Feng Yin, but it has the same effect of Feng Yin. What is a Feng Yin? Who has either one of these two, this one or this one in their chart? It feels the same. Yeah, Natalie, I will say it feels the same. It feels the same. It feels the same. Okay. Feng Yin. It is a sudden change. Something you didn't expect to happen happens. I'm not saying something bad. I'm not saying something bad. It's a sudden change. Maybe you didn't expect to get a promotion at your job and you get a promotion. Maybe you didn't expect to be laid off and you got laid off. Maybe you expected to get a 5% raise and you got a 10% raise. Maybe you expected to get a raise, but you get demoted. So it's an unexpected change in your life that comes sudden, obviously unexpected, something you didn't know. Doesn't mean bad. It just simply means a change. So be on the lookout, be aware that this could happen. Maybe if you have it in your chart and you've been thinking about changing your job, then change your job. Maybe you've been thinking that things are very shaky at work because of the market, and maybe you might be one of the people that might be laid off. Yeah, you could be laid off, but you could be promoted. But do you want to take the risk? And maybe you take charge of what it is that you want to do. Okay. If you have a Fu Yin, which is this one, which means you have a metal monkey in your chart, it's different. The Fu Yin usually is associated with health. So please take care of your health. I'm not saying to worry about. I'm just saying take care of it. Eat healthy. If you're allergic to something, please make sure you don't eat that stuff that you're allergic to. Try to do some exercise if that's something that you do. Take care of your health. Do not do anything that will compromise your health. Also, it could represent sad events. I am more respectful of Fu Yin than I am with Feng Yin. Feng Yin do not scare me. Fu Yin I'm more respectful of because it could mean sad events. Okay, sad events. But sad events that are pretty much expected. I expected to lose my job, so I lost it. My grandmother is old and she's very ill, so this could be a month that she can make her transition. So it's usually things that you expect but are sad. Okay, could expect but are sad. Not much control with that, obviously, because there's not much thing you can do. The only thing that I say you do definitely is your health. Do not do anything that jeopardizes your health. Do not do things that you know are not good for you. If you smoke a lot, try to smoke less. If you drink a lot, try to drink less. So basically, that's what I will say. Noelia, on August 8th, a tiger comes with my tiger of the day. The family will be much stronger. On the 8th, there is the okay. I get it. The day pill. Okay, so you have a Fu Yin and a Feng Yin, Noelia. That's what it means. Yeah, you have a Fu Yin and a Feng Yin. I know what she means. The thing is that the month, remember the hour pillar of the month? When we did it, this was the hour pillar of the month. So if you have this in your chart, you have a Fan Yin with the month, or you have a Fu Yin with the hour of the day. It's just, yeah, it's a very complicated chart. It will be a very interesting month for you, let's put it that way. It will be interesting. So you have a Fan Yin and you have a Fu Yin. That's what it means. Yeah. And very strong because they're both pure pillars. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. That's what it is. Okay, now let's personalize this more with your day master, okay? Everybody knows their day master, right? If you have mine, it's right here. Please type it in the chat. I just want to make sure that you have it. So please type it just to make sure that, sorry, sorry, I closed YouTube by mistake. Sorry. Just type it in there. Yeah, just to make sure it should be one word only. Sorry, I closed YouTube by mistake. I'm sorry, let me get it again. There we go. Sorry. Okay, perfect. I see everybody has it correctly. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that you don't put something else. It's just one word. Okay, great. So now let's personalize this even more. Okay, and I'm looking at YouTube just to make sure. Okay, perfect. Let's go. So, let me click. Do not worry about this part right here. This is something that you can read on your own because I am going to send you the PDF tomorrow. So this is very general information. Like for instance, I'm going to go one by one, but let's say Ding has direct wealth. So you can read tomorrow, direct wealth, and see what it is. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you my interpretation specific for the month with you. So I'm going to incorporate this and other stuff. It's 2 pages. Okay, so you will get the 2 pages. Do not worry about it. But now when I'm talking, I'm not going to be changing back and forth because I'm not reading this. This is something you can read on your own. Okay, so I'm just going to give you my interpretation. So let's start with Bing. If you have Bing, Bing is your day master. You have indirect wealth this month, double. And look at it. It's double for everybody. So it's very, very strong. So Bing, let's start with you. What do you need to do? I want you to concentrate on the goals that you want to achieve this month. Please remember, this is young metal. Let me, because I think it's easier when you visualize how I get this information from, okay? Bing is the sun. So if you're Bing, you are the sun, right? This is young metal, which is the piece of metal. Let me ask you something. Can the sun melt and forge the metal? No, it cannot. It thinks it can, but it cannot. So what does that mean in terms of indirect wealth? This is a month that if you're Bing, I want you to focus on the indirect wealth, focus on the opportunity, focus on the goals, focus on everything that you want to achieve and everything that you want to make money on and everything and those opportunities that maybe you didn't see before. And now they're clear. Wow, I didn't think about them. Maybe I could do this. This is something that will do well in my country. This is something that will do well in my industry. So I want to do that. However, it's not something that I want you to overcommit and overexert yourself because it's not money that's going to come to you right away. I want you to plan it. I want you to visualize it. And I want you to know what it is that you want to do, but do not put too much time and resources in doing it this month. Next month might be the best month for you. Because next month is a diamond. Does the diamond like the sun? Yes, because the sun reflects and the diamond shines bright. A diamond in the darkness means nothing, right? It doesn't shine. So next month. So this month, if you try and you try and you try and you try to do, you're going to feel tired and you're going to frustrate yourself. You're frustrated because you're trying to forge a metal that's not forging. But please, know what you want, focus on what you want, prepare what you want so you can do next month in September. Okay, now Ding Fire, and if you want to do this month, that you can associate with Ding Fire. Ding Fire has direct wealth. Now, Ding Fire is what we use to forge the metal. Ding Fire is the one that actually forges the metal. So what does that mean? Your effort, everything that you have been doing now will be compensated. You will be rewarded for your work. You can shape the metal. It's a little bit exhausting. It's a little bit tiring because you need to constantly be burning it to be able to shape it, but you can do it. You can 100% shape it and make money through work. So notice how amazing the combination. If you have a Bing person this month that associates with a Ding person, the Bing person has the vision. The Ding person can do the action. Okay? So Ding, this is the month for you to do, work, create, and money will come to you because of those efforts. Bing, this is the time for you to plan what you want to do, plan, and maybe do in September. Plan, leave everything set up, how I'm going to do it. And then do in September. Or if you have a partner or associate that's Ding, and you can both do it together, perfect. Okay? See, that's when you have to understand the elements and see how they work in relationship to the day. Okay, Wu. If you Wu, you have eating God that's coming to visit you this month. What does that mean? Creativity. Very creative, but you have to dig very, very hard to find the creativity. Why? Again, think of the elements. You have a mountain, Wu, again, is metal. Yeah, we do mining and we get the metal from the mountain, but how stressful or slow is the process of that metal growing and developing before it can get mined? It takes a while. So yes, you have creativity, but you have to dig deep in yourself to be able to get it, okay? It could be that you might need to get time for yourself. Now we talked about taking time, solitary star. Maybe take time and think, what do I need to do? What do I need to create? What can help me create? Because create for the sake of creating is not beneficial to you. I want to create something that's going to give me either one, financial reward, or two, make me feel good, or three, help people. So create something that's going to give you the motivation to create. Because once you're motivated with the final product, it's going to get the process of digging it easier. Okay? It gives you a better angle. You can see things better, but you have to dig really deep to find the knowledge and the creativity. And then in order to do that, you probably have to step back, be by yourself, distract yourself from the work and the world, the chaos, and dig deep and find it. Okay? You can find it. It's within you. The metal is within the mountain, but you have to dig in order to get it. Okay? But it's there. Yin Wood, right here. Yin Wood has herding officer that's coming to see you. Our herding officer's eyes are on you, attention on you. What are you doing? What are you talking? What are you communicating? Attention to you. Great for social media, great for fame. Now, is that always good? Well, yes, if you want to be famous. It's always good if you want your actions to be seen. What if you're yin, I say yin wood? What if you yin earth? I'm sorry, if you're yin earth and you're doing something illegal, immoral, is this good? Probably not. Probably not. It will be seen, you will be exposed. So it's good or bad, depending on what's going on in your life right now. So this is good for fame. This is people to see you. This is people to have get your attention, for you to have their attention. So it's great if that's what you want. So very good. Yang metal, metal with metal. Listen to me. This is the band of brothers, a group of soldiers together, a group of knights together, fighting for a cause. I'm with my brother, I'm with my best friend, I'm with my tribe, I'm with my clan. Great. However, please make sure that you're on the right side, that you're together with the group of people that deserve for you to be there, that you're fighting for the right cause. Do not just be together with a group of people because I like being here. No, what are you fighting for? What is the cause for? What are you loyal to what? Okay? So yes, you might feel attracted to a group of people, or a group of people might be attracted to you, but am I attracting the right group of people? This is also a great time for you to do a self-check. Self-check. All of you that are young metal, listen to me for this. If I'm telling you that you have the ability to attract people to you, particular people that have the same element, the same vibration as you, what happens if next month we're having this session, and I think Diana told me that she was metal, and she says, Pao, it was a horrible month. I was surrounded by gossip, by betrayal, by so many people being mean, and I was surrounded. Then what does that tell me about Diana? It's not her particular. I know her. That's not her, but I'm just using her as an example. Then what does that mean? Then that's who you are, Diana. That is the energy that you are vibrating, and you attracted that. So my young metal people, I want you, please try this month to be grateful, to be positive. Do not speak negative of anybody. Just try to be the best version of yourself. If you see the first week or 2 weeks that you're like, why am I getting so much trouble? Why is so many people being so mean to me? Why are so many people coming to me with gossip about other people and judgment? What if you're on Facebook or on Instagram and everything you see is negative stuff? Self-check. Self-check. Okay? I can guarantee you, not only to the young people, I'm not talking, that's the way life is. That's the way life is. The moment that I understood that in my life, everything changes. Do all of you understand that everybody that's in your life, you brought to your life? You know that, right? Every single person that's in your life came to you because you brought them. With your vibration, with your experiences, with what you need in your life. Yes, you attract every single person. If I am a person that in this life, I came to deal with patience because I'm very impatient, very impatient, then life, me, is going to give me a lot of people that are going to test my patience. Why? So that I learn to be patient. So what happened the moment I learned to be patient? Those people are going to leave my life because I don't need to learn those lessons anymore. So if you want these people from your life to leave, you need to change in you the situation that made them come in the first place. The moment you change that, they leave. Guarantee they leave. Because their purpose in your life is not there anymore. How many of you feel, because I assume most of you, all of you, if you're here, it's because you're in some sort of spiritual, Chinese metaphysics, Western metaphysics, whatever it is, that when you started in this area of your life, you lost a lot of people. Well, a lot of people left, disappeared, fought with you, don't call you, whatever it is. Those people, that's not good, that's not bad, it just is. Those are people that didn't vibrate with the new Liz, the new Noelia, the new Natalie, the new Essie of your life. They just left. And that's okay. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So, no, and now going back to what we're talking about, again, I'm talking to you. Particularly this month is very important. Now, the next one is Sin. I'm going to share the presentation, but this is very important to what I want you to know about the Sin metal, the Yin metal, Sin, right? You have Rob Wealth, which is competition. Competition is great. I think we're all in agreement that we all compete in our job, whether we want to admit it or not. There's always a sense of competition. You know, you're competing to be the best doctor, you're competing to be the best lawyer, you're competing to be the best housewife, you're competing in a way, right? So I'm talking to you now, Sin Metal. I want this month for you to be the best version of yourself when you're competing. Please do not try to copy anybody else. You're not better or worse than anybody else. You're a diamond. A diamond is unique. Shine your light. Be the best version of you. Why? Because if you try to copy somebody else, if you try to do things the way somebody else does it, it's going to backfire on you. Why? Because if you're an attorney and this month you want to promote your business as an attorney, and you see that I'm an attorney and I'm going to do everything how she's doing it because she's a great attorney, and I'm going to do the same social media that she's doing, I'm going to copy her. Is it going to work? No, it's not going to work because you're not me. You're you, and you can never do it like me. Now, what makes you think that the version of you that you will give people will like it more than they like mine? So be you, Yin Meadow, this month. Please do not copy anybody else. Do it the way you do it, your style. And for all you know, that is the one version that everybody loves the most. So competition, there's money involved. You can make money, but you might also have to invest money in advertisement. You can also invest money in promoting something. So there's money loss. So since you have money loss, the way I'll say is you lose the money. How do you lose the money? Invested into something. Invested in a class, invested in promoting something. So since you have money loss, you deliberately lose it in a way that is beneficial to you. How do you lose it? Well, I don't have it in my pocket. So if I don't have it in my pocket, it's not mine, but I invested. The way I always say, try to invest in a class, in a course, or something that is beneficial to you, in a program that you're learning for work, in a computer software that you're learning for work, in a computer, in an iPhone that's going to help you do the videos, whatever it is. So Yin Meadow, please, exactly this, be authentic. Do not copy anybody else. Nobody has ever been successful copying somebody else. Nobody. So that's for you, Yin Meadow. Now, this was a Yin Meadow that has the road wealth. Now, the Ren water has indirect resource. Indirect resource is basically where you're going to explore and broaden your knowledge. It's not so much sit down and learn a specific subject. It's basically intuitively let yourself guide you on what you need to know. For instance, most of you here probably have studied Feng Shui, have studied BaZi, have studied QiMen, Reiki, so many wonderful areas. And I will say that this is the month for you to say, you know what? I'm going to try to do this on my own. I'm going to try to see how good I am reading this BaZi chart. Even though I'm not really good at it, let me do my best to intuitively let myself be guided. Why? Because indirect resource is more like intuition, spiritual realm. So you're going to have the sixth feeling. You're going to have the sixth sense, the sixth sense, that gut feeling about stuff, and maybe understand things easier. Maybe QiMen, that has been so hard for you this month, you're like, I get it. I understand it, right? So do not overthink the why, but why specifically is this water element? Don't worry about it. What does it feel to you? What does it feel to you? I also suggest, if it's within your possibility, do some kind of meditation, do some kind of mantras if you can. That's very nice to increase your intuition. If you know QiMen, let's try to do a little bit more priming if you can. Priming is when you connect with your higher sense, your higher being. So let's try to do that if you're Ren. I recommend highly that you do that. If you're Yin water, you have direct resource. Direct resource is more academic. Remember, indirect resource is more spiritual, more intuitively. Direct resource is more academic, more intellectual. So yes, Yin water people, read, study, find out why the water produces wood. Find out how exactly do you read a natal chart. Find out the why. Go back and read the book. Go back and watch the videos. Go back and intellectually, academically understand the why. Understand the why. Go deeper into a subject. Maybe you love Feng Shui, but I'm going to specialize in flying stars. This month, I know Feng Shui has 1 million areas, so not 1 million, a lot of areas, but I'm going to this month focus 100% in flying stars, and I'm going to learn everything about flying stars. That's direct resources. So yin water people can pinpoint and focus on a specific area or their life or their jobs. If so in my business, what area I'm going to focus on marketing this month. So let me learn everything about marketing. I'm going to learn everything about financing and how bookkeeping, how my books work, how the money goes in and out, whatever it is, right? If you're a housewife, I'm going to focus this month on cooking. I'm going to read all the cooking books and I'm going to learn how to cook, specifically these recipes, Asian food, Chinese food, Mexican food, whatever it is, specific area. Okay. Yang wood. Okay. 7 killings. 7 killing is what we talked about before. Remember the tiger and the monkey, that's 7 killing energy. You have the energy that's coming to fight you. Okay. It's coming to fight you, which means stress, regulations, people trying to control your actions, trying to stop you. You might not like it, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. So what do I say? Avoid financial decisions that are very risky to you. Unless you have the money, please do not invest unless you don't mind losing it. You can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money. Also, please do not do any medical procedures that are invasive and dangerous. Please don't do it. Please do not do it. If you're if you're yang wood, don't do it. Do not do it. Because 7 killings is one of the things that you do not do medical procedures when it's visiting. There's some exceptions if you already have it in your chart and things like that, but please let's try to avoid that. But it is a great energy to make you courageous and to make you stand on your 2 feet and know what I'm capable of doing. Let me explain to you the difference between 7 killings and direct officer. Do you guys know the difference in a visual way? You guys know? You want me to expand a little bit on it? Okay. 7 killings is always the element that controls the day master and it's the same polarity, which is yang metal with yang wood, right? Yang water with yang fire with yang metal. Is the one that controls you and is the same polarity. So since it's the same polarity, it means that we're the same. So somebody's coming to try to fight you that is just like you. So you have the tendency to then get up and fight back. So it gives you that energy of, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to conquer this. Let's put it in a realistic way. I'm a woman. I'm 5'4". I'm not very tall. Another 5'4" woman is coming to fight me. I'm like, I can do it. I can take her. I'm going to fight with her. She's not threatening to me. So I know I'm going to fight and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do my best to win. And I'm going to fight. That's why this young metal is coming. So yang wood is going to have the instinct. I can take this axe. We're both yang. I can fight this. I can fight this. But you need to think elementally speaking, still an axe in the metal month coming to chop a tree. That's a lot. So you can fight, but at the end of the day, I don't think you're going to win the battle. You can try to fight it, but it's very tough. You have to analyze every element, right? When you have the yang and yin, which is the direct officer, for instance, when you have a yang water, a yang wood coming with yin wood, a yin metal, which is a direct officer, is a different polarity. It's a different relationship. Now you need to look and see, okay, somebody is coming to attack me that is not like me. For instance, I'm a woman at 5'4". And my husband is almost 6 feet tall. It's a big guy. He's coming to fight me. I'm like, okay, I'll do what you say. I'm not even going to attempt to throw a punch, right? Because chances are I'm not going to win. So when your direct officer comes, is why we have to follow rules, follow regulations, follow something. Again, if a person that's your size, your height, your weight says, give me the money, I'm like, I'm going to try to fight and not give the money. If a 6-foot man comes and tells me, give me the money, I'm going to give you the money. I'm not even going to attempt to fight. So that's why direct officer, usually when it comes to visit you, my recommendations are going to be follow what he says. what he tells you to do, you do. When it's 7 killings, I'm going to say fight, conquer, give it a shot. However, this month, we're talking about a 7 killings with young wood and young metal. It's a hard battle. You can try to fight it, but at the end of the day, you're going to be exhausted. And is it worth it? Definitely not when it has to do with health, and definitely not when it has to do with finances. So then that's why I wanted to explain to you the distinction between those two. So in my young wood, be careful this month. Let me do yin earth, yin, I can say yin earth, yin wood, and then I'll check the messages. Okay, yin wood has their direct officer coming to see, what does that mean? Discipline, follow the rules, the process that you need to go through to shape you. So this is the month for you to maybe set guidelines, strategy, how I'm going to do my business, how I'm going to plan everything. You might feel people trying to control you. You might feel people trying to tell you what to do. It's okay. They're doing it for your own good. This is a good month for you if you're a business owner to set guidelines at work, set your employees, these are the expectations that I have from you. If not, do it for yourself, do it for your family. I'm a mom, you know what, this month, this is what I expect everybody to do. Gabby, I need you to clean your room twice a month. Alejandro, I need you to make sure that everything is packed and ready for you to go. So plan something. Take your time, organize your life, organize yourself, and then from there, everything is going to flow. Okay, everything is going to flow. But remember, the wood people have very strong metal. So you might feel a lot of resistance this month, a lot of resistance. Okay, let me check here any questions before I move on to the next. Sorry. It is like the sword, you both have it. It's like the bullet in the gun, which you cannot fight with the sword. Exactly. That's exactly how it feels like. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why it's important, what Esty just says, that's why it's important for you to understand the elements when you're doing this. It's not looking at the 10 gods. Yeah, the 10 gods, like this definition that I have here, eating God usually means that. Yeah, it usually means that. But when you're looking at wood, when you're looking at earth with eating God, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Okay, when you look at the direction with all of them. Could you please talk about ego and rigid? Like what, Liz? What do you mean? Well, and also, well, if you mean young wood and young metal, they're both very rigid. I mean, you're talking about a huge tree and you're talking about a block of metal trying to fight each other. If that's what you mean, a lot of ego and pride. Yes, a lot of ego and pride present. Yes, that's why we said that it's painful because you have a lot of the ego involved. Okay, so now let's go into Feng Shui. Let's go into Feng Shui. Now we have star 2 that flies into the center of the property. Now, if you guys know, star 2 with star 4, which is the one that we have for the year, is 2 women. And it's usually 2 women arguing, fighting, not getting along. Okay. Usually it's an older woman with a younger woman, or it could be a higher status woman, like a boss with a superior and inferior, a subordinate. It could be a mother with a daughter, grandmother with a granddaughter. So usually if you have 2 women living at home, there could be a little tension. So make sure that you're aware of that. Try to keep it calm. If you're a husband and you have a wife, a mom living in the same house, it might be a little bit tough for you this month. So just be aware of that. Also, remember what we talked about this month with the 7 killings and the eating God in BaZi. And now we have in the center of the Lo Shu 2 women arguing. I wonder if this situation might be in the social media or in the news. It might be 2 women or women doing this or involved in this. Now we're going to see also in Feng Shui. I'm going to show you why corroborates. Remember that Feng Shui, what we're going to talk about, you need to have a goal. Remember, you need to have a goal because based on the goal that you have, depends what sector of the property you're going to use. More important than anything is construction renovations, digging inside of earth. Please, please, please do not do. I know it looks like a lot because I mix the yearly ones with the monthly ones. So please make sure that this month you do not do any type of construction, renovation, digging the earth, anything like that in the south, the west, northwest, northeast, east 2, which are the 15 degrees in the center of the east, and the southwest 3, which are the 15 degrees last of the southwest, which is for the monkey. These are the grand dukes of the year of the month. These are the 3 killings for the year of the month, and these are star 5 for the year of the month. Can you use it? Yes. It's like the whole house. Yes, it looks like the whole house, pretty much. Yes, yes, it is. Please don't. Avoid it if you can. If you cannot, because you have to do something, please hire somebody to do a date selection for you. I have seen these stars being activated. It's not fun. It's not good. Please avoid it if you can. Can you use it? Yes, you can use it. You can use it. You can be sitting here. You can sit here. You can sit here. I have no issue you using it. If you determine later on that that's the sector you want to use, using it is not a problem. It's construction. It's called earth movement. When you're awakening the affliction that's there, sitting there working, no problem. Now sitting here, hammering the wall, digging the floor, changing the frame, changing my window, that's activating. Please don't. Can I repair air conditioning in the south? You could repair air conditioning in the south if the repairing it literally means taking this unit and putting this unit. But if that means that you're going to be hammering, drilling, digging, noise, no. The way I always say this, if you can do it, if I'm in the next room of yours, if I'm in the southeast and you're going to repair the air conditioning in the south and I don't even hear you, then it's okay. That's the way I say. Can you, yeah, you can paint if you're not making too much noise, you can paint. What I don't want is the translation, let's say, is that, or the purpose is the earth cannot move. Think that you have a sleeping lion or sleeping tiger next to you. If you awaken it, that's it, you activate it. So can you do it quiet? Sure, no problem. If I hear you, it's not quiet. You woke up the tiger. That's it. The activation, the affliction is activated. And trust me, you don't want to do that. The owner of the house is going to remodel the kitchen and cabinet counter in the east. What can I do? Well, if it's already going to happen, if it's in the east, the thing with the east, I think you said the east, make sure, maybe it's not the Grand Duke, maybe it's not the East 2, maybe it's the East 1 or the East 3. The Grand Duke is definitely not fun. Okay, Abby, I think you activated the nobles at the beginning of the year. If you did the nobleman activation at the beginning of the year, they always give you the dates, then good, that's all you can do. Then that's it, nothing you can do, don't worry about it, that's it. Okay, that's all you can do. That's why it's very important to do those nobleman activations. Okay, that's gonna help. Okay, so now you all know what you want to do this month. So now let's do a little review so that you guys remember. This is, each box tells you the energy for that particular sector, physical sector, right? Also talks about the energy that the Gua, if you're a Gua 4, have. I think everybody knows our Gua. If you're a Gua 4, you're literally walking around with that energy, whether you use that sector or not. And also these animals right here on your year. So basically, this applies to you. You're going to look at your year of birth animal and you find it there. That box applies to you. Also, you're going to look for your Gua. That box applies to you. Now, the energies in there also apply to those specific sectors. For instance, Abby just said that the east of her house is going to be renovated. Okay, so the east this month has a pretty nice combination. So this month, I'm not too concerned about. So it has, so that's what that is. The east of all of our properties are going to have that energy. So if I say, oh, I want to have more profits and more investments, so I'm going to go to the east of my house. So you take advantage of that. For instance, my door is in the northeast. So my door has this energy. I don't have Kuei, I don't have Tiger, and I don't have any of this, but my door is here. So I need to be aware that my front door has that energy. So basically, when I'm talking about something now, listen to everything that applies. But you already have a plan and say, oh, I love what Paola said about the West. This month, I'm going to go to the West and work from the West because the West has the energy that I want. Okay. And remember, it's not sitting there to just look at nothing. It's going to those places to work, to brainstorm, to call, to email, to strategy, to do stuff that's going to help you get the plan that you want. Okay. So let's start. The Southeast. The Southeast, I'm talking to the Guafor. I'm talking to the people that have snake or dragon in the year of birth. And I'm talking to if you want to use the Southeast. It is obviously, it's great for starting a new job. It's great for business people. It's great for help, nobleman people that give you a hand. It's also attention to you. You have people's attention. People want to know what you're saying. So it's great for fame. Please show people what you can do. Please show people what you know. Why people what you know? Because star 4, which is, if you don't know, it resides in the Southeast, and star 1 are both academic stars. 3, doing. I think there's a mic that's open. Please make sure that you shut down your mics. So it's doing. So basically it's doing, showing what you know. So yes, this is a month for you to show people, do a video, do a blog, more presence in social media, or even at work. Be more active in showing people what you know. Talking to you, Wafor, I'm talking to Snake, I'm talking to Dragon. Please be more active and assertive, showing people what you can do. If this is something that you want, if this is the energy that you like, then go to the Southeast. Oh, Paola, I love that. I was actually planning on starting a video, a YouTube channel where I'm going to show how to do accounting. Okay, then go to the South. Okay, there's a mic. Okay, let me have to do it manually. Okay, Miss Lee, let me turn it. Please make sure that your mics are off. Okay, so make sure. So then you go to the Southeast to do the video, to prepare the content on the video, to do all of that. If you have been following me for a while, you know that the sunflower simply means that those are good sectors. Whether you understand this or not, you can use any of those. Okay. And you snake people and you dragon people and you Wafor people have this already. Attention to me. People are looking at me. So let's try to be famous and let's show what we can do. Okay. The South. The South, I'm talking to 1-9. I'm talking to people that have horse in the year, and obviously the South sector of your property. Leadership, respect. It doesn't come easy because we're talking a fire metal clash, but definitely respect, authority, leadership. You are the center of attention. People are talking about you too. It's definitely a good combination. It could also mean two people trying to overpower and take over. It could be like a hostile takeover. But as far as strategy, what we want to do is great for leadership, respect, and authority. If right now you were one of those people, those animal signs like tiger, that could have changes during the month of the monkey, and you want to keep your job, you want to have stability, maintain stability, the South might be a good sector for you to use. Sit there, work from there. It's a very good sector. Also, I like it for health. Okay, I like it for health. So the South is a very nice sector too. The Southwest, I'm talking to the ox, to goat. I'm talking to monkey. I'm talking to men and women that are Gua 2, but I'm also talking to men that are Gua 5. Okay. Oh, the arrow means, oh, thanks for asking. The arrow means the strength of this star based on where it comes. I put it there to guide me, to give you the information. Like, for instance, this is a water star in a wood palace. Wood weakens water, so that's why it's like that. This is metal in fire, so it's weak. This is earth in earth, so it's strong. This is wood in metal, so it's weak. So it's basically to remind me of the elements of when I'm giving you the information, then I remember. So that's what it is. It's the strength on the monthly star in the palace that it goes to. That's why I put it there. So it's basically to remind, like everything that I'm telling you right now is just looking at this and kind of like understanding it. That's where I have it. Okay, so the Southwest, it's very good. Okay, first of all, it's a combination of 10 because the Southwest is a 2. So this is a combination of 10. So it's great for wealth. It is great for partnership. It is great for association. It's great for opening new opportunities. It is great for debt collection. It is good. However, Star 8, now this is my opinion, okay? Star 8 is already almost dead because period 9 is starting pretty soon. So this is just like the residual effect of star 8. So it is nice for collaboration. It is nice for wealth because it is the wealth star, but honestly, it's not going to give you a lot of money or fast because star 8, even though it's a good auspicious star, is dying because period 8 is dying. So it's not very strong, but it is a beautiful sector. It is a safe sector, and I like it a lot. And particularly if you are Guatu, you can definitely use the Southwest because we have here your combo of 10, which is nice, and we have yearly your wealth element. So if you're Guatu, definitely the Southwest is a great sector for you to use this month. And it's a beautiful, safe sector. And the stars are strong here. The star is very strong, so I'm happy. So you can use it comfortably. I have no problem with that sector. Okay. The West, I'm talking to the West, I'm talking to Gua 7, and I'm talking to Rooster, if you have Rooster in your year. This is a combination of 10. Again, this is a combination of 10, which is, again, good for wealth, good for pregnancies, good for relationship, good for learning, good for academic, look for learning something new, starting something new. It is good for leadership because you have star 6, you have star 7. This is a leader that knows and communicates. This is leadership, this is knowledge, this is communication. So when you put them all together, this is a leader that knows and communicates. You see how we put everything together? That's how I put it. So in my mind, that's how I go with you guys. I hope it helps you. So that's how it looks like. Now, star 4, the learning is not very strong because you have 2 metal stars coming to attack. So it's weak. Therefore, can I use the West to study? Yes, you can use the West to study, but that studying star, that academic star, is not very strong. Okay. If you're looking for studying, I think I would rather you do the Southeast, because the water is weak, but it's not as weak, and the 4 is here. So if you're looking for academics, I think I prefer this one, okay? But this is great for leadership. This is great for authority. This is great for communicating. This is great for communication. Okay, that's that one. Now, the Northwest, we have Gua 6, pig, and dog. Okay. This is, and I made a pause about this when I was doing the Spanish one, because everybody that knows me knows that I'm not afraid of any star. I love star 5. I activate star 5. I think it's one of the best stars. It's the emperor making. It's the kingmaker. You do not become wealthy with star 8, star 9. You become wealthy with star 5. Okay, but you need to know how to use it. However, there's always a however, right? This month is coming with star 3. Star 3, okay, star 5 is powerful, is an emperor, is the king, is volatile, it will do whatever it takes, right? Star 3 is unconventional, is fighting, is arguing, is a competition. When you put them both together, it could be like the mafia. It can be gangsters. It could be I don't know how in your country, it could be like here's the IRS, the federal government that's coming to you, federal legal issues. It could be federal tax issues, taxation issues, but nasty. Like this is the government that comes and says, I'm taking your house, I'm garnishing your wages, I'm doing this. These are people or energy that will do whatever it takes to get what it wants. That's like we talk about the mafia. I'll kill whoever I have to kill to get what I want. Right? When you have that together, it's very powerful and it can be very dangerous. So the Northwest of the property and my Gua 6 people, my dog people, and my pig people, I want you to be aware of this because you're walking already with this energy. So please make sure that you're doing everything by the book. Please make sure that you do not surround yourself with people that are doing this and then get caught up in something you don't want to be caught up. So in my opinion, this is a sector to avoid. Okay, I'm going to give you something later on that we can do to minimize it a bit. Okay, also the Northwest period, the Northwest represent the head of something. It's usually, we said, older men, the head of a household, so usually means the husband, the father, the grandfather, right? But let's look at it in a bigger point. This also represents the president, the governor, the king of a country. I'm curious to see how that's going to develop in the month of August. Are we going to hear news about a president doing things that they shouldn't be doing? Here in the United States, we already started with Donald Trump. There's already issues, very vivid issues happening with him and defrauding, however we want to look at it, the country. So it's literally this with the country. I'm curious to see if something happens with King Charles. I'm curious to see what happens with the presidents or governors or the head of the leaders, the prime ministers of other countries. Okay, so it's just to be aware of that. Also, companies, the CEO of a company, the head of your company. If you are the head of the Hunter Biden, that's the two. Yes, all of those things. Yeah. But look at your company. Maybe you get approached by a CEO to do something that you shouldn't be doing. Think about it. Think about it, okay? So it's just food for thought. That's all I want you to be aware of that. And let's try to avoid that if possible. Now, the north of your property, this is a curious combination. I always like it because you have a 9-7 back in the classics. That's the definition of a pretty girl. Also is the definition of one man, many wives. It basically talks about attraction, sensuality, and sexuality. So it's basically a lot of peach blossom attention. Also is in the north. The north is usually also associated with peach blossom. So basically attention to you. Also good for communication, good for sales. So basically, if you want to be seen, if you want to have attention from other people, go to the north of your property and you will have attention. People will see you. However, what is the however? It could also be associated with infidelity. It could also be associated with STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, because it's talking about the north. Now, those are things that you are very controllable. I mean, you decide whether you're going to be unfaithful or not. This is a decision you make. Okay, so you decide what you're going to do. You have the attention from people. Now, what I'm going to do with that attention? I can monetize and sell to those people, right? Or I can be unfaithful. It's a decision you make, okay? Also, I suggest that you use the north of your property if that is your room or the rat is your year of birth and or you're a Guawan. Please make sure that you use protection. There's the transmission of sexual diseases, so just be careful with what you do this month, okay? Would the north be okay for interviews? Yes, the north will be okay for interviews. Like if you're interviewing a person, that's fine because you want to be seen as this great, wonderful person. But then again, you're very attractive. So that person might want to keep calling and contacting you and you need to know when to stop, okay? Something else that I said in the Spanish version, and I want to bring it up here. Obviously, here we're all adults and we have control and we decide what we do and we don't do. Since we're adults, usually we do, right? Usually we have control. So if you have children, you know, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, like my son, he's a Guawan, he's rat, born in the year of the rat. We need to be more careful with them because also with the year, we have the uncivilized punishment along with this combination, which has a sexual connotation of being taken advantage of, being a victim of, being abused. So please make sure that our children are minors, you know, that we take control. So let's be more aware, let's be more careful. I say, you guys know that my son is leaving to Germany in 2 weeks. My husband is going to go and he's going to stay with him for a week to make sure the month passes. Because again, I need to make sure he's still 15 years old. He's a child. He's a Guawan. He has a rat. He's going to another country by himself. So we need to try to take as many precautions as we can. Not that you're trying to predict something, but I'm trying to avoid something. And I've seen these energies at work. So please, if you have your children or your grandchildren, nieces and nephews, just be more aware, have the conversation, be more vigilant. That's all that it means. I'm not saying nothing is going to happen, that something is going to happen. I just want to make sure nothing happens. Let's just put it that way. I want to make sure nothing happens, okay? But other than that, the north, beautiful sector to have attention to me. Fame, videos, blogs, emails, everything like that. And if you have a rat, and remember the rat was also friends with the monkey. And if you have particularly the rat in the year, so attention to you. Perfect, great. Okay. And also that this is a combination of 10 too with the year. So it's great. It's a great wealth combination. So the north, I like it. The reason why I didn't put the sunflower is because I wanted to give you that disclaimer. But me personally, I like it. Okay, the northeast of your property. Okay, this is a little bit tricky too, because we have star 5, which we already described, is the emperor, is the king, is the maker, is a little bit volatile, it's a little bit aggressive. And it comes with star 7, which has to do with communication, but also has to do with losing things. So it could be robbery, it can be somebody taking something that belongs to you, it could be you taking something that belongs to somebody else. Again, it could be the government coming to take something that belongs to you or you thought belonged to. So it's a little bit volatile. It can have financial losses. It is great for leadership if you know how to use it, because you have the power of communication. You have the power of speaking. You have the power to convince people. You have the power of sweet talking people. So if you know how to use it and you have the confidence, and star 5 is very strong here, very strong. So this is a very powerful sector. If you know how to speak, if you know how to communicate, if you know how to do something without taking or stealing content from anybody else and protecting yours from being stolen from somebody else, it is a great sector to use. However, if you're sick, if you're going through some sort of illness, then it's not the best sectors to use because it can denote surgeries, okay, cutting open and surgeries. So if you're going through health issues, please avoid the northeast if you can. Okay, avoid sleeping in the northeast if you can. This can also represent hurtful words. So be careful how you speak, because even if you didn't mean to say it, you said it. So that's why I'm putting a lot, be careful. And this is because it can cause some illnesses, or if you're sick, try to avoid it. Okay. Gua 3, my rabbits, and the east. Okay. It is a good sector for wealth. Okay, it is a good sector for wealth. So if you want money, I like the east. Star 9 is strong. I like it. I'm happy with it. It's good for profits. It's good for money. Great. I love the east. I love the east. And like, for instance, Avi Zumbado, that she's going to have her counters in the kitchen changed or removed. If it's not the Grand Duke, Avi, if it's not the East 2, if it's the East 1 or the East 3, if you're doing that in a good day, you know that you're activating this positively. You understand? If it's not the Grand Duke, if it's the East 1 or the East 3, perfect. And you choose a good day, great for money, great for wealth. So now, what is it not good for? It's not good for health. Why? Because star 2 is here for the year. Generally speaking, we can say that star 2 has to do with health, right? Health. So star 9 is called an amplifier or multiplier star, right? So this is going to make this stronger. Now, for money, great, because star 2 is great for accumulation and saving money, but it's also accumulation and saving illnesses. So if you're already sick, I'm not saying that if you use the east, you're going to get sick. No, you're not going to get sick. But if you're already sick, it's not the best sector to use because it can make it worse. Okay, it can make it worse. So you can use it for wealth, but not for health. Okay, and the last one is the center of our property, which is for Gua 5, men or women. So yes, men and women have these ones to look that are Gua 5. This is the 4-2 combination that we talked about. This is 2 women fighting for power. Okay, 2 women fighting for power. But also, it is good for nurturing a market, for accumulation, but can represent illnesses. So please avoid the center of your property, sleeping there mostly if you already have health issues, okay? But we focus more on the ones that are out here, okay? So are we clear on that? that part? Right? So you see why I want you to have a goal. Does everybody know where to physically go based on the goals that they have for the month of August? Because that's what I want. I need to make sure that you guys know exactly what to do. Okay, my plan was to learn about my industry. Okay, so since my plan is to learn, Paola said that the Southeast or the West are the best, but the Southeast is better. Okay. I'm going to make money. I'm going to invest. Okay, so the East and my health is okay. That's what I want you to do. Okay, good. I want to make sure that you understand. Someone with a Guawan, 2 rats walking with the North energy, I guess working, can be working Southeast. Yes, you can. If you're a Guawan, you can use the Southeast. Why? Because the Guawan is a combination of 10 with this. So yes, you can use the Southeast. Yeah. Now, be careful if you have a rat, just in case, working from the South, from the East in a year that is a rabbit year with the uncivilized punishment. But that's only if you have a rat. If you don't have a rat, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yes, a Guawan will be okay with the Southeast this month, with the East this month, because there's a combination of 10. It's good. Okay. 2 rats, then I'll be okay. I'll be careful. This is what it is. I'll be careful. Okay. Because then 2 rats, 1 rabbit for the year, just then go to the South, they go to the East 1 or the East 3, not the East 2, where the rabbit is at. Okay, so now let's talk about what we can do to mitigate a little bit. Remember, this doesn't eliminate, it just mitigates it. Remember what we talked about the Northeast with the 7-5? If you want to mitigate or minimize that, you can put metal. Let me show you what metal is. It is not the shape, it is not the color. What I usually do is this, and yes, I do put it, is this. I put metal. This is a weight, 15 pounds. This is metal. That's all I do. I put this 15-pound weights in the sectors that I tell you to put, because it minimizes the earth energy that is there. Okay, in this case, star 5. So you're going to put something similar to that. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. Please go buy dumbbells. Go look around your house. What do I have that's solid metal? And put it there. Please do not spend money if you cannot afford it. And that's, at least here in the United States, I think that was like $10. I think usually $8 to $10 what it costs. So you have an idea. August, you're gonna put metal in the Northeast. You're going to choose. It could be the 10th or the 11th of August. These are the times where you can put it. If you cannot do it during those times, I understand you probably might be at work. Somebody can do it at home. It could be your son, your daughter, your husband, doesn't matter. But at least definitely during that day. If you cannot do the hour, try to do it on that day. But if you do it on that hour too, it's stronger. Also, let's put metal in the center of our property. You can choose same date, one or the other, during those times. That's going to help reduce the illness aspect, and it's going to help reduce the arguing, fighting, stealing, all of that. It's going to help remove that, okay? Reduce it. Now, this is the one that I wanted to talk about. Remember that we talked about the 5-3, the country, the powerful head of, all of that, remember? Okay, this is very tricky. You could, and this is your choice that you're gonna have to make, if you decide to do the Northwest. If you decide to not use it and you can avoid the Northwest, then you don't have to do anything, just avoid it. If you don't use it, you don't use it, it's not there, it's not being used, it's not activated. But if it's your front door, if it's your kitchen, if it's something that needs to be used, then okay, then listen to me. You have the option on August 11th, preferably during 3 and 5 p.m., if not on August 11th, to start putting fire. It could be for an hour, for 2 hours, every day. Doesn't matter, whatever time is safe for you, safety first. The fire is going to reduce star 3. Star 3 is the one that comes with the fighting, with the arguing, with the legal issue, with the mob, with the gangster energy, right? That's that one. However, the fire will increase star 5. Now, if you're an advanced student or you know a little bit more about Feng Shui, and you know that the quality of your star 5 in your house is good, then it's okay. If your star 5 is not of good quality, then it's not okay to do. How do I know if my star 5 is good quality? One of the things is you have to look at the center of your property. which is the home base for star 5. How is the center of your property? Because that's going to determine how star 5 is. However, please don't risk it if you don't know. The best thing to do is minimize its use. If you cannot avoid it because it's your only door, because it's your only room, it's your only kitchen, then what do? Then make sure that you use from here a lot the good sectors. If I am forced to use this because it's my front door and it's my only door, then I make sure that I use this, that I use this, that I use this a lot to counter and balance the use of these negative sectors, to use that word. Okay, that's what you do. So please do not put fire unless you know how to use it and know how to put it. Okay. Could we put fire this month? Yeah, you can put, yeah, in this one, how, just if you know how to use it. I prefer you minimize the use. That's what I prefer, you minimize the use. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't afford to buy metal. What bad thing can happen to the center of your property? No, not bad things. It's not a bad thing, Miss Lee. It's just, it could have the start two, let me ask you something. Look, start two is the start of wealth, believe it or not, because it accumulates something. So you can save a lot of money, but it could also cause illnesses. How do I know if your start two is a good quality or bad quality? Then, Miss Lee, look at the southwest of your property. Go to your house and literally look outside and see what's outside. If you don't see any sashi, what is sashi? If you don't see any negative features, any missing sectors, anything pointy corners, any lamppost, any tree blocking, then that means that your start two is of good quality and you don't have to worry about it. You understand? If your start two is of good quality, you don't have to worry about it. And that's it. Okay, but if it's of bad quality, then this will activate negatively, and then we try to reduce it. The other thing that you can do is not use it as much. That's it. Okay. Sorry, I have this month. We surely start with more at work and topic going into this month. We surely start. Yeah, Delia, I believe that you said that there's going to be a lot of moves and stuff like that with work, right? I believe because of the forecasting that we did. So the Northwest is a sector you might have to be a little bit careful because it can create issues between kings, I remember that you were talking between two franchises, I believe, right? And then try to decide to stay here, to go there. There could be conflicts and issues between those two. So I would avoid the Northwest, because I remember your forecasting when we did it. When can we remove the metal plates according to the video last month? Great question, Jen. You remove it and you put it here. You remove it from that sector on this day, you put it in this one. So you basically swap it and put it on the days that I say for this one. I look at Southwest and it's main door and I see neighbor's door. So it's probably an apartment. So it's not of bad quality. So it's not of great quality. So it's just like blah. It's not something that I'm too concerned about it either. Like I say, if you can find something metal home, that would be great. Literally find any ornament. Like I have some of my students that get a bunch of like pots and pans and put them all together, and that's what they put. So you can be creative like that, you know, if health is an issue for you. Okay, so let's keep going. I know a lot of you do Shuang Kun. I'm going to briefly explain this because we're not going to explain the whole Shuang Kun purple white system, but let's just briefly discuss. This is a Shuang Kun chart for purple white. Again, this is only for the people that know purple white. So basically, as you know, because you know, the best health sectors, this is very different than flying stars. Please do not use as flying stars. It's not flying stars, okay? The southeast, the southwest, and the northeast are the best for health. The south, southwest, northwest, northeast, and east are the best for wealth. And remember at the end that it has to combine with your Gua. So it should combine with your Gua to be able to get the best benefit, okay? So everybody knows how to use it. That's why I'm not gonna go into details because this is a very long class to explain, but this is only for the people because I know a lot of my students use purple white and they wait for this chart every month. So there it is. They know how to do it. They know how to do it manually, but I give them a little cheat sheet here for my interpretation, okay? So now let's go to QiMen. Okay, Barbara, I'm moving soon, so I lose the annual activations. Yes, Barbara. That means that you will probably have to reactivate them wherever you go because it stays with the house. Let's say it like that. To place mislead. Oh, to place metal, I can put 6 pens. Pens, no, I would like it to be heavy, Miss Lee. I would like it to be at least, if it's an apartment, at least 5 pounds if you can find 6 pence. Oh, and I know you're thinking about 6 because I don't do that one. They do 6 coins or 6 pence or wind chime. Please do not put wind chimes. Please do not put wind chimes. Please do not put wind chimes. Doesn't matter how many rods it has. The 6 is because 6 is the northwest, which is metal. So it's going to do 6 because it represents metal. No, metal is physical metal. Please don't do it. And don't ever put wind chimes to deactivate because it actually activates, because that's sound, which is music and it's activating. Please don't. Okay, QiMen. Let's go to QiMen and then I'm going to give you the activations that I have. QiMen, if you have mine, but I'll explain the ones in English, which is probably easier. Most of you probably have the other one, so I'm just going to skip this part. If you have the Intuichi one, which is a great app, then obviously it will tell you right here what your Destiny Palace is. So make sure that you know what is your Destiny Palace. If you have mine tells you what your Destiny Palace is. Intuichi, or if you have Joy apps, it tells you also what your Destiny Palace is right here in QiMen. And if you have Chinese Palace, it tells you what your Destiny Palace is. So basically what we're looking is for your Destiny Palace. Why is that important? Because now we're going to talk about QiMen. Okay. QiMen, this is the QiMen chart that we looked at before for the month. Now I'm going to personalize it to you. How is this useful? Very easy. You're going to look at your Destiny Palace. Let's say mine is the Southwest. So when I'm talking about the Southwest, everything that I say here applies to the people whose Destiny Palace is the Southwest. So you're walking around with that energy. You don't have to sit with your back to the Southwest. You just have it. It's yours because it's this guest that's coming to your house. Okay. Now, if I'm talking about the Southeast and you are from the Southwest and you hear what I said about the South, you're like, oh my God, I love that. That's exactly what I need this month. Easy. You just have to sit down with your back to the Southeast whenever you're going to act, command, or do something to be able to tap, to connect to the Wi-Fi of that energy. Okay? The Southeast people have it. They just have it because that's their Destiny Palace. You want to connect to that one, you need to sit with your back to the Southeast to do it. I think that's pretty clear, okay? Okay, so let's just start. Here I marked the 3 that I think have the best connection this month, but I'm going to go one by one, and please listen to the one that belongs to you, okay? Again, this is a full Feng Yin chart. It's very active, a lot of changes happening. Our lives are going to feel like we have to do things, okay? So let's start with the Southeast. If you have Southeast as your Destiny Palace, please type just to make sure that I'm talking to somebody that has it here. If the Southeast is your Destiny Palace, then you need to focus this month on the how to do something. How do I do this? What is the best way to do this? The know-how of something. Also, you have a beautiful connection here, a formation, which is flying bird falling to cave, with Wu, which means great for making money easy. Money comes to you easy. But then you say, Moon, give me the wisdom to know how to make sure that the money comes to me easy. Also, you have real deception. Real deception can be, first of all, great for clarity, also good for making real things that exist in your head, making things happen. So again, you can sit every morning with your back to the Southeast and say, Moon, give me the wisdom and the knowledge to know how I make money easy and effortlessly, how I have the clarity in my life. The Southeast people have it. You don't have to do anything. You just have it with you. But us that don't have it and want this, back to the Southeast every morning, command and say and do. Also, I added this one. Joy Yap didn't put it in his, but I added this one because it's their Imperial Force that I like it, because it's great to create stability and bring success to the next level. Win a battle, win a legal case. So if right now you're involved in a legal case, in a legal situation, legal scenario that you want to win, so back to the Southeast, you can command, but also back to the Southeast, you can do, execute, call, email, contact, whatever it is, back to the Southeast, it is great to do. Yes, Diana, if the moon is your deity, then that means that you have a connection with the Southeast. Yeah, she's an advanced student, so that's what she knows. She has the easier access. It's like she has a VIP card and say, Moon, I'm one of yours, and Moon lets her in easier. It's like a VIP card. Yes, if Moon is your deity, then you have easier access to that. At least if you're in litigation, the Southeast is definitely a great sector, a great direction back to when you contact your lawyer, when you send the email, when you do all of that, and even to command every morning. It's beautiful. The Southeast is absolutely beautiful, and it has an amazing hexagram. It has a heaven hexagram, so I love it. It's very nice, very nice. The South, I'm not gonna lie, doesn't have really good energy. The South has, first of all, it has self-punishment, which means you probably punish yourself for things you shouldn't be punishing yourself with. A lot of self-doubt. But here, the key word or the focus for you is strategy. Try to think of what strategy do I need to do in order to get what I want. Also, it has to do with sabotage, and with the self-punishment can do a lot of self-sabotaging. Please make sure that you're not so hard on yourself. Choose who you surround yourself with. You might not have the best people around you, so be very clear that you don't let those bad people come into your life because you're self-sabotaging. So I would say a lot of inner reflection. Also with the rest door here, I said that this is a month for you to step back and take time, vacation, holiday, time for myself. I wouldn't be too young this month. I wouldn't be too doing this month. I will say this is more a month for me. Time for reflection, time to see, why do I do this to myself? Why do I auto-sabotage? Why do I keep surrounding myself with the people that I do not need to surround myself with? So this is for the South people. This is for you. But also, the good thing also is that we have Snake here with 7 stars. This is a great for commanding as far as finding something. Snake is the one that, I love it. I think it's the person that you call and say, find me this, find me a car, find me a person that's going to help me this, find me a loan. This is the finder of things. With 7 stars, very strong. So this morning, any of us woke up this morning and we lost something, anything, physical, my car keys, back to the South. Snake, find me my keys. Please tell me where my keys are. Or I lost my job. Find me a job, right? Find me things. So you can wake up in the morning, back to the South, and command. It is good. Can I find a husband? Yes, you can find a husband, but you know what could be the but, Miss Lee? That there is self-punishment. So even though you might want to find a husband, and you could, because it's restore that has to do with family, relationship, and anything like that, the self-punishment might stop you from getting the husband. Because you have to look within yourself and say, why do I not have one now? Right? So I will say first, search inside and say, why do I want one? First of all, why do I want one? Right? Why do I want one? 2, make sure that you don't need one, because if you need one, that's not good. We shouldn't need a husband. We should want a husband. And then once you figure that out, then command to find one, right? Then command to find one. Okay, the Southwest, we have the chief here. We talked a little bit about this, but this is your focus. If the Southwest is your destiny balance, is selflessness. Give. How can I help? If you see a situation or somebody's sad, somebody's upset, how can I help you? With my time, with my effort, with my money, with my resources. How can I be of help? When the chief comes to visit you, particularly with life door, it means, how can I help? So give. But there's also a lot of good thing coming our way for the people that have the Southwest, because life and envoy means a lot of money. Ambassador means money. Chief means high status. So if this month what you want is wealth, if this money what you want is money, if this month you want a loan, if this month you want gains, Southwest. Sit with your back to the Southwest to work. You can command and you can work with your back to the Southwest. So it's very good. Very good. I like it. The Southwest. That's why I put the little sunflower here. Okay. The West. The West, your focus is going to be on leadership. Okay. Focus on leadership. Become a leader. Help people follow their dreams. Face your fears and do. This is a door of hunting, of doing. This structure is a start of finishing, ending, and doing. Heaven is a person that has a vision of where they want to go. Ding is a light in the darkness and is strong in this sector. So be the light, be the leader, do. Physically go out there and do and change. You have a thunder hexagram. Thunder is loud. Do, action. Not so much thinking, but actually doing. If my destiny palace is my south, do I need to turn my back to the south, or can I just decree? You can decree to snake directly, because since the south is your destiny palace, is yours. Particularly, I know, Noelia, that you do QiMen, so you already have a connection, so it's easier for you, so you don't necessarily have to do it. But if you're beginning in QiMen and you still don't know how it works, you're still not sure, that you put your back up to your destiny palace anyways. Okay, the Northwest, one of my favorites too again. The Northwest, it is cash flow. There's wealth here too. There's wealth here. This is wealth. This is wealth. This is wealth. This is wealth. Okay. There is cash flow. There's money coming to you. But this is again behind the scenes. So don't be too show offy. Don't be too showing people what you're doing. Don't show people how much money you have and what my next strategy is. And I'm going to release this course in 2024. And then don't talk about it. Quietly do behind the scenes. And also, you can make a lot of money behind the scenes. Be the person, not the one in the front, the person behind. Also, this is money that comes from investments, and you keep it quiet and you don't show people, you don't tell people. Okay. It's also that. Also great for academics and learning. This is also money that you can make from an academic situation. How does that show? It could be a scholarship that you get. It could be somebody that sponsors your learning, your studying, your whatever. It could also be that. Okay. Also, if you don't want to be seen, if you want to hide, if your boss needs a volunteer to work this weekend and you don't want to, put your back to the Northwest so he doesn't see you. But obviously, do not use this if you want to be seen. If you're going to do a video tomorrow, do not sit with your back to the Northwest. If you want to be famous, do not sit with your back to the Northwest, because you're not going to be seen. Your video is not going to get the views. Your video is not going to get the likes. So do not focus on the fame. Work behind the scene, even trying to make somebody else famous. And for that, you get benefit and you get the money. Okay. But it's a beautiful sector. It's a beautiful direction. The North, your focus is people. Whenever you see turtles right here, this is people. So try to see what people want and say to yourself, how can I influence people? How can I give them what they need? How can I give them what they want? Why? Because you have hero and scenery. This is giving people what they want, becoming the hero in somebody's life. Scenery could also mean fake, okay? So it's the fake it till you make it. You can also be somebody that's influencing people just with an appearance of who you pretend to be. That's not necessarily bad. That happens a lot nowadays. You know, you meet an actor, you meet an actress, you meet a singer, it has one personality on stage and it has another personality in their private life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that if you want to influence people, if you want to become somebody, you need to present this beautiful picture of who you are, even if it's not true. Okay, so you need to do that. Something else is great for giving bad news. If you have to fire somebody, if you have to break up with somebody, if you have to give bad news, sit with your back to the North, because people will receive it easier because it's beautifully delivered. Okay, so that's a little bit of a strategic execution that you can do there. Okay, it's great for that. The Northeast, your focus is on operations and doing. This one is tricky because this one has a lot of things happening. This one has HS and DE, which is doing, not doing, doing, not doing. So if you have the Northeast as your destiny palace, this month you might feel, I want to do, no, I don't want to do. Should I go? No, I shouldn't. I don't want to go. Do I go live? No, do I go live? Do I wear red? No, I'm going to wear blue. So you might feel a lot of back and forth, okay? A lot of back and forth. And that's okay. That's okay to do. But at the end, I want you to do one or the other. You need to make a decision and do. Why? Because we have Tiger with Death Door and 6 stars. So this is someone to please put all of that aside and do. You have punishment here. Ungrateful punishment, which means maybe that you are stopping anything that has to do with punish is always self-caused. You're stopping yourself and you're causing this confusion yourself. So stop doing it. Stop doing it. And do actions and do. So that this one, I would say, is stressful, gives you some anxiety, but can definitely take you to the next level. Absolutely. You have nobleman help hidden, but it's there if you do. So this month, when you start like for instance, this is something that I have always told my students and in my personal life. Like when people say, "Oh no, let me think about it. I'll think about it and I'll let you know." I'm okay. Think about it. How long does it take to think about something? Okay. Am I gonna go? Am I gonna? If I go, it's A. If I don't go, this happens. Okay, so choose one and do. So for you Northeast people, this month, whenever you find yourself, yes, no, stop at the moment, stop and say, okay, I have to make a decision. It's going to be yes or it's going to be no. Yes, no, I'm going with this one and go. Do not fall in the punishment of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, because by the time the month will finish, it's going to go by fast. You didn't do anything. And Tiger with 7 turns me do, please, okay? And finalize and finish anything you need to finalize and finish. Okay, and last we have the East. The East, here your focus is harmonizing. Your focus is people. Your focus is doing the best that you can to bring peace everywhere you go. But in order to do that, you need to face your fears. You need to be a leader. In order for you to be a leader, it means you have to do. Do not tell people what to do. Show people what to do. Show, this is a candle to in the darkness. Show with your action what people need to do. Okay? Don't just tell me that this product is good for you. Let me show you why it's good. Let me explain to you exactly how things work. And that way, you're going to take advantage. Also, if you need powerful people or if you need leaders, it's more about, I'm not that person, but I need a person like that to do that for me, to be a leader for me. Then back to the East and start commanding harmony. Please bring a leader to my life that can help me guide. Right now I feel lost. I don't know what to do. Back to the East, command that person comes to you. Attracted that way. Okay. So that is QiMen for you. And finally, let's do the activations that we have for the month. Okay, I know, I apologize, this is in Spanish. I get it, but don't worry. I will tell you this is out of my tongue shoe. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, you can tell what it is. Okay, the 10th of August, the entire day, the whole day is an stable day, a favorable day with the green dragon information. So it's very, very nice. So the whole day with your back to the south at any time, doesn't matter the time, is great for clarity. It's great for internal reflection. It's great for commanding. It's great for meditation. It's great to tell Moon to show me how to have success, how to have open opportunities in a life that's going to last a long time. Show me how to open opportunities that come to me easy and stay a long time. I repeat it. You find the words for the meditation. Moon, show me. Moon show me how I can have opportunities open to me that will make things or money come to me easy and will last a long time. The whole day. No time in particular. You can do that. On the 10th, the same day, this one is specifically at this time, the same day, between 7 and 9 p.m., you're going to put your back to the east during that time, and you're going to command and do something that's going to help you be smarter, wiser than something or not somebody else. But it's not to aggressively attack something, it's let me try to be wise. Outwit, I think is the word I'm looking for, something. a situation. So here, the answer to your problem comes fast and easy. So basically, sit with your back to the east and say, I'm having the legal case. I'm having this fight with this person. I'm having financial losses. Please give me the guidance of what I need to do to be smart and do this in a smart way. And wait and see and pay attention to what's happening. This is very good information for that. Next one is the 12th of August between 9 and 11 a.m. This one is good for doing. Remember how the other one was being smart about it? This one is doing, attacking, do the video, do the campaign, do the action. This is aggressively doing something, right? It has a flying bird falling to K formation, which means it comes to you. Money, which means it's great. It has a real deception, which means great for clarity. You will have the clarity to get it. This I love for money because we have money here, we have money here. So it's good for money. So basically go risk and do the investment that you wanted to do. Go risk and open up the business that you wanted to open. So basically I will stay with my back to the southwest and I say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to get. And I'm going head on. That's what I will do for this day at that time. The next one is the 17th between 3 and 5, back to the southeast. This is good for health and wish for feeling. So you can say with your back to the southeast and command that I have the health, that my body is in perfect condition, that my lungs are perfect. Just command what you want, that I'm going to call my doctor and everything is going to be okay, that I'm going to do the CT scan and everything is going to be okay. And also it's good for wish for feeling. So basically I wish and I command that I get the promotion that I want as long as it's good for me. I wish and I command that anything that you want. It's like the heavens have opened up to let you wish and your wishes will be granted, basically. Back to the southeast during that time frame on this day, okay? Remember, I'm going to share this with you guys in the presentation. The next one is on the 18th of August between 1 and 3 p.m. back to the south. It is great for spirituality, for prayers, meditation. It is great for clarity, and that is a heavenly pardon day. So it is great for giving forgiveness and being forgiven. Beautiful for those two things. So one of my favorite was to this day. Please take a few minutes to just spiritual connection, mantras, prayers, and forgive yourself first, which is the hardest thing to do, and then forgive others. You don't have to physically call that person. If you can, that would be great, but just forgive. 3 to 5, a.m. or p.m.? Which one? 3 to 5 p.m. Okay. This one, did I do? No. The 18th is 9 to 11 p.m. 9 to 11 p.m. It says it right here. Here on the side, it tells you 9 to 11 p.m. It is great for networking. It is great for branding. It is great for fame. It's great for people to know that you exist. So if you want to do a video, if you want to launch a product, if you want to go out on a date, if you want to sign up on a dating app and you want people to see you, then back to the south is the moment, the time to do it. The 18th between 9 and 11 p.m. Okay. Next one, I know I have a lot for you guys, but I think you will take advantage of it during the day, during the month. The 23rd of August, the whole day, no specific time, the whole day, back to the north. It is great to initiate something. That is an initiate day. And also we have a green dragon formation, very pretty, which is good for problem solving, turning negative situations into positive situation. We have Wu, which is good for money. We have ambassador, which is good for money. We have the restore, which is good for family. So moon, this shows me how. So I will say back to the north, moon, give me the knowledge of how to initiate X, whatever you need to initiate a better job, to initiate the product. What is the strategy that I need to use to have more money? What is to have a better relationship with my spouse? So moon, show me how to initiate X, whatever it is that you need. No specific time, you have the whole day to do this, along with a very nice day, okay? This one, again, the whole day, the 26th of August, you have 2. It's a success day, so that's good. is the southeast and the west. You can use either or. Both are beautiful for wealth. Both are beautiful for relationship. They're great. The southeast, this one is specifically good for having people, the noble people or helpful people come and give you a hand if you need to. And really good for wealth. And the west, I will say, is best for problem solving. But they're both very good for money, both very good for people, relationship. But this was specifically for noblemen, for noble health. And this was specific, I will say, for problem solving. But both good for the other ones. Okay. The 28th of August, back to the southeast, the whole day, good for opening new opportunities. Show me heaven, show me or visualize yourself with that opportunities that you want or possibilities, opportunities, I said already, that you want open. The key here is to visualize how that opens up. I want to have a promotion. In order for me to have a promotion, I need to get this contract with this client. Okay, so I'm going to visualize how I get this contract with this client. And I'm going to visualize calling the client and say, hey, do you want to sign with me? And the client says yes. And then me calling and telling my boss, no, hey, I got the client, I want the promotion. So visualize how opportunities open for you. And remember, you need to be aware and be mindful of how things happen. They're not going to call you. You need to be aware of all of that. So this is a good thing to do, a good commanding to do on the 28th, and to call the client and to call whoever you need to call with your back to the southeast. Let's see, we're almost done. The 1st of September between 3 and 5 p.m. Back to the north, it is great for clarity. It is great for spirituality. And it's great for like energy cleansing. If you like to do like even Reiki or anything you want to do to cleanse your energy, you can do it back to the north. Between 3 and 5 p.m. And remember, you could be at work, you could be in your car. All you need is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Go to the toilet, go to the bathroom and sit there. Just get your phone, so you know, and that's it. So please do not tell me I'm at work. You can take a minute or two from work and just do something. Pretend that you have to go to the bathroom and go to a corner or whatever. Or in your office, just take time really quietly and do it. You don't have to put music. Just get it done, please. Okay, it's beautiful. I have 2 more. This is the 3rd of September between 3 and 5 p.m. back to the southwest. This is another one to go and do. Get it done. Get it done. Particularly financial things, financial investment, financial opportunities, financial loans, right? So this is great for going and doing and getting it done. We have money, we have high status, we have a hero, which has to do, so it could be like a person in the right place. Green dragon, we need 10 times that. So if you do, you can get 10 times the reward. So this is a great one to go out and do. And this one is the last one, the 7th of September, all day, back to the northeast. It is great for, it's a success day with a golden lock, which has to do with money. And here we have an open door, which is strong in the northeast, with that traveling horse, which makes it strong, ambassador, which is money, woo, which is money, woo, which is money, chief, which is high status. There's money and opportunities that come to you with money. Back to the northeast, you can command and you can do the whole day in this beautiful day as well. Okay. Thank you for your time. I hope this information is useful as I prepare with a lot of love for you. I know it's a lot. Oh, yes, Barbara. She says to explain a little bit about the double deception like I did yesterday. Okay, oh, sure, happy to. Anything else that you want, please type it here and I'll be more than happy to. I explained yesterday in the Spanish one that there is a formation in QiMen that is called double deception. It is a great formation. It's a very useful formation. You have to be very careful to use it, but it's very powerful. How does it work? Double deception is basically sending back what was sent to you. Okay, sending back what was sent to you. If, for instance, if I know that Delia did something very bad to me, says something very bad to me, is spreading rumors about me, something very, very bad, I can find the double deception formation, particularly in the hour chart. And I can sit here and I'm going to do a video. I'm not going to talk about Delia. I'm not going to mention her, but I am going to talk about the subject that she talked about in a way that benefits me. And since she's trying to discredit me and ruin my reputation, I'm going to send that energy back to her. And since it's going to vibrate with that energy, she's going to get the effect of what she tried to send to me. However, if Delia didn't do that, and I'm sending that energy, you know what happens? It comes back to me, because energy vibrates with its equal. If I'm sending negative stuff to her and she didn't do anything negative to me, that negative energy cannot stay in limbo. It's not going to stay in limbo. It's going to come back to the person that threw it out there. That is why I always tell people all the time, please never, never, never wish anything bad on anybody. Never. I always tell people, like now the way I do it is that the way I use it, you know, I say, I wish that anything that anybody sends to me gets back to them. Now, good or bad depends what you did. Good or bad depends on you, right? So I'm from the, I think my camera is acting up. And from the bottom of my heart, I really wish you 3 times double what you sent to me. And you will be the judge of what it is that you sent out. So that is a strategy that is used in QiMen a lot. Business people use it a lot. You can use it saying literally, well, Delia said this about me, and I'm going to clarify, and I'm going to say my point. And if I use a double deception, I can assure you that the words that I use are going to backfire on you. And that you try to ruin me with, by me using that deception, is going to land on you. If what you wanted was for me to fail, now the one that's going to fail is you. Right? So always wish people good. But that is a formation that we use. That's double deception. There's nobility deception. There's the real deceptions. There's 3 deceptions. But that is very, very highly used in QiMen. And now I go back to, please don't criticize the deception. It's not the deception. It's not the tool. It's how you use it. Like I said, I wish you back whatever you wish to me. So just make sure that you're wishing good to people. That's why I don't have to worry about anybody using one of those things on me, because I never wish anything bad on anybody. So I don't worry about it. I don't care. You can send whatever you want to me, but if you send something back to me and I'm not wishing something bad, it's going to land on you. So that's what I wanted to say. Anything else? Thank you for remembering. Yeah, the law of attraction is similar to the law of attraction. Yeah, the energy always is never going to stay in limbo. It's going to land somewhere, and it's going to land in that which vibrates the same way as it does. Yeah. Anybody else want to? We have a few minutes just before. I have like 15 minutes because I have to go do something. If anybody has a question, you can open the mic or raise your hand. And if anybody doesn't have any question, please feel free. Thank you for being here. Obviously, I'm going to share this tomorrow. But if you want to raise your hand, please feel free, and then we can, Diana. Okay, Diana. Okay, go ahead. I think I opened the mic for you. I think I did. No? Oh, I know. Wait. I think I put it that you're not able. Well, you should be able to. Oh, hold on.
Ok.
Okay, now there you go.
Tengo 2 preguntitas. Una es cambio de techo en toda la casa. ¿Qué se puede hacer porque esté toda la casa? Y es un cambio de techo total.
Okay. ¿Tú me entiendes si te lo respondo en inglés, Diana?
Yes. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, she asked me if
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot.
No. By the way, you can ask me in Spanish and I'll translate. That's fine. Don't worry about it. She's asking me, she needs to change her roof in her house. Then how does she change the roof in her house if there's so many sectors that you cannot do anything? When it's something that you have to do in the entire house, my camera keeps acting up. When it's something you have to do in the entire house, you do not have to worry about the afflictions because it's the whole house. Now, what you have to do is do a good date selection. Find a day that has a good, yellow black belt, that has a Gun rating, maybe a good success day, and then hopefully that combines with your yearly animal. And if you do the Grayson formula, hopefully. But yes, when you do, like, if you're gonna change the floor, if you're gonna change the whole floor of your house, it doesn't matter. Now you're gonna do specific sectors. Like for instance, Abby needs to change the counters in her kitchen. Well, that's just the counter. See, that's not the whole house. So yes, that's a great question. Yes.
Okay, and the other question is, I'm doing videos, you know, I'm doing the videos. I'm planning to go to the southeast sector, which is my kitchen. I'll have to get on the counter. I don't care. I'll get on the counter and do but I do have tiger in the year.
Okay, but look at it this way.
I am in the south. I'm going in the southeast because I'm WA4. I have dragon. I have a snake, but I have tiger in the year.
Okay, now let's look at it this
networking.
Way. Exactly. Tiger in the year. Don't say but, say and I have tiger in the year.
And okay.
And you know what that means? Tiger in the year. What does that mean, Diana? Changes in your year. What is your year? External world. So maybe this month you become stronger on social media.
Okay.
Also, yes, tiger is a clash with a monkey, right? But tiger is a friend with the dragon that you're going to the southeast, and dragon. You know what? I'm gonna go a little bit more advanced. Go to the southeast one. Why in the southeast?
Okay.
Because the dragon is there.
It's still the counter. I'll get on the counter. I don't care. I already very visualize me on the counter doing these videos.
But go to the south. Yeah, go to the dragon. This is why, because the dragon is the mitigating animals between those two. The dragon is friends with the monkey, and the dragon is friends with the tiger.
Okay.
So if you do the dragon, this friend is not gonna let these two fight. So use the southeast.
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Thank you very much. You're awesome. You're my angel. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. But see, you guys follow me. You see what I did with her? That's more advanced, obviously. But you see, she's gonna use the southeast because she goes, I want that energy. Okay. And she goes, but I have tiger. Okay, let's see what can we do. Who's in the southeast? The dragon and the snake. Okay, the dragon, you guys learned the dragon is friends with the monkey because it was one with the dragon. Okay, the dragon is friends with the monkey, and you have to know a little bit about that. And the dragon is also friends with the tiger.
And I have dragon in magnetic card.
There you go. So that's it. That's it. Just be careful with the self-punishment. You might have some self-doubts, but that's it. You can conquer that. But I hope that helped. Thank you, Adriana. Good luck, my love.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. This has been so nice and I love it.
Thank you.
See you in QiMen.
See you soon. Maria Ramirez?
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Good morning, afternoon, whatever. I want to ask you something. I had a terrible quarrel with my son.
Do you have? I can barely hear you, Maria. I'm so sorry, my love.
And I had a quarrel with my son, and can you hear me?
You had a problem with your son.
I said things in a very awful way, and he left home. And I want to fix this situation.
Hi, Maria. I'm so sorry. I cannot hear you. I'm so sorry. It's breaking up. I want to be able to. Is it just me? Can you guys understand her or no? I can't.
Yeah. Now, how about now?
Let's see. Try to do it now.
Okay, let me see. I was telling that I had a quarrel with my son and he left home. And I want to fix that relationship with him. But he doesn't want to talk to me, or he will do it until he's ready, let's say. And of course, I said awful things, or in a bad way. Not the things, but the way I talked to him. And I would like to fix that, but I don't know how to do it, because how can I fix it? I want to be prepared for when the time comes, because I don't know when that would be, because I have to wait for him to talk to me.
Okay, Maria.
It's not good at all.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Okay, and I'm sorry that happened. Okay, I'm really sorry that happened. And I think, Maria, this is something, and maybe I'm gonna give you the mic in a little bit, so maybe you wanna help a little bit there. Mira, Maria, all you can do is what you did, which is apologize. All you can do is say, I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. Now he needs his time to process. People's times are different. You know, maybe it takes a day. Some people take a month. Some people take a year. All you can do is from the bottom of your heart, apologize. Say, is there anything that I can do to help? Is there anything that I can do to forgive, for expedite the process? But the timing of when he will talk to you, the timing of when he forgive you, it will be that. Now, what I suggest you do from the QiMen point of view that I will say, who's your deity, Maria? Do you know?
Sorry?
Who's your deity? ¿Cuál es tu deidad?
Snake.
Snake. Okay. How many connections do you have with Snake?
I think, I don't remember, but I think 7.
Okay, 7. Great. Okay. You have the power to control everything around you. So I obviously, as a mother, I know you mean it when you say you're sorry, obviously, right? So say, Snake, find me the peace that I need. Because remember, you're not anybody to control him. We're not going to make him come to you. We cannot do that. That's bad use of QiMen. You know, you say, Snake, find me the peace that I need to wait until he's ready and he takes his time and this relationship can be fixed. So tell Snake to find you the peace that you need, not make him realize, make him understand. No. That's his time and his process. All you can do, and Snake with 7 stars is very strong. And remember, this month it comes in the south with 7 stars. So find me the peace that I need to wait for this process.
So do I have to stay back for in the south because my place is west?
I'm trying to think, you know what, if I remember, the west had, let me see, hold on, I think the west has heaven, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, Mommy, if you want to, you can, if you want, if not, because I don't know, I see heaven. Okay, the west has heaven. Do back to the west, which is your destiny palace, and they visualize, command, so let's use Snake and heaven, visualize not him coming to you, visualize you being in peace and calm with whatever decision he decides. Because let's assume, I'm not saying that's going to happen, I'm just speaking. Let's assume that he says, I don't want to talk to my mom ever again. And he has the right to do that because it's his life. And you need to be okay with that. So visualize you being okay and him being okay with whatever decision he decides.
To be prepared. Yes, thank you so much.
Of course, my love. Mami, ¿tú estás ahí?
Yeah, Paola, anything that I could say, you just said it.
Okay.
Beautifully. So that's, and maybe I can tell her first, if it takes more time than you expect, it's okay. Maybe he needs that time and you need that time to work in yourself about your relationship. And I don't know, Paola, but maybe Harmony can help in that relation. Maybe she can put her back to the north. I don't know. You tell her about that. But I think that Harmony could be a good deity to work with in that situation.
Yeah, it is. And now that you bring Harmony into, I'm thinking also, Maria, you might also, because if I understood correctly, I think you said, I said harsh things to him that I shouldn't have said. Is that what you said?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And I will say what you have to do is think, again, not me, say you say, what caused me to say those things? You understand? Because those are the things that you need to see in you. So why did I say those things to him? Forget about offending him and hurting, but you admit that they were hurtful things, hard things. So why? You know, so I'm saying, you know why, Maria? Because if you don't fix that in you, it's going to keep repeating. And it will be with somebody else, and will be with somebody else.
I was feeling frustrated, angry, desperate, lonely, and I have to feel sorry again.
Don't worry, please don't. That's why we're here. Please don't feel bad. We have all gone through things like that. Don't feel bad.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course, my love. And anything else that you need, please let me know. You know that we're here. You can reach out, and anything, please. Just know that, you know, we have a whole group in Instagram. Anything you need, I'm sure. I mean, in Telegram. And give it time, and whatever it is, it will be. Use your Snake to bring your peace, and you're gonna see how you will find the peace that you need. And look at the chats, because they're giving you like a lot of meditations and things that you can use. Okay. Thank you, Mommy. Okay, let's see, Fiorella.
Hi, Paola. Thank
Hi,
you for the opportunity.
Of course.
Yeah. My Destiny Palace is Northeast,
Okay.
and I started feeling everything that you talked today some days ago. And I was afraid also about September because am a wood master, so I don't like metal. I would like to know what else can I do to overcome everything what is happening, because I don't understand. I used to be, I felt well, but then something changed, and I don't need to decide like you suggested for something or other thing, but I would like to get out or finish with that feeling. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch on something that you said that was really interesting. You said, I'm wood and I don't like metal. Okay, there's a very big difference, and I don't like metal and I need metal. Okay, wood doesn't like metal, but sometimes it needs it. So maybe you're struggling and you're feeling, like you said, for the last few months, particularly now when I said everything that's happening to the Northeast and the wood people, and you're like, okay, this is why nobody, particularly wood, likes to be controlled, likes to be chopped, likes to be cut, right? You don't, I'm sure in your life, if I ask you, you don't like to be told what to do. You don't like to have people give you regulations and tell you orders and order you to be, right? So now this month, it's that energy that's coming. So you're naturally going to reject. So it's a form of defense mechanism for what you know that's coming. So what do? It's kind of like what we told Maria. What you need to do is say, okay, I do need some structure in my life. This Northeast box is coming to tell me that even though I don't want to, and your words, I don't like it, even though I don't like it, I need it. So now let me sit down and see where in my life do I need to have those rules, that influence element, right? And then maybe if you say, it's in my financial life, my money, okay. Now let me sit down and look at my books. Literally, let me look and see where can I best manage my money? What people do I need to eliminate from my life? What regimen do I need to wake up at 5 a.m. to the exercise because I'm not happy with my health? I'm just doing something else, like set yourself the rules so the month doesn't set it for you. And I think the fact that you've been saying, I've been feeling this way, is because the wood in you know that the metal's coming. So you're already rejecting it. You're already rejecting it.
Oh, yeah. It makes sense now. Yeah, because I went to the nature and then I felt a worriness. I don't understand why, because I used to enjoy that. So, but then you talk about the Northeast, everything, what you mentioned, it's, yeah. Well, thank you.
No, it's, what's your gua?
My 7.
It's a gua 7, and then you have wood coming. Okay, you have to start with. No, for the wood, remember, it's literally an axe that's coming to chop you, right? But sometimes you need a tree to be trimmed. Trimmed of what? Trimmed of your fears, trimmed of everything that's been holding you back, trimmed de los apegos. You know what I'm saying? Those things that you need to be trimmed off. So just think, okay, this axe is coming to cut parts of me. What parts of me am I going to say, here, chop this branch? The branch of insecurity, the branch of not being healthy, the branch of not being consistent. And then you choose and pick what you want to be chopped. Yes, that's how you take on. And I think that's what the Northeast meant with the tiger and the death door and the HS and the DE and all that stuff.
And in my QiMen chart, I have a tiger with 7 stars. But it's not my destiny garden. My destiny garden is Earth. But in some way, my tiger can help me as well.
Yeah, of course. And it's coming to visit you this month with 6 stars, whether you want to or not, it's there. So basically, I think this is the one telling you do. And remember, don't try to do everything at once. I think that's something else that sometimes we think, I need to fix my health, my relationship, my money, no, you don't. No, you don't. Fix what needs to be fixed right now. Yeah, like Andrew said, treatment. Oh, Andrew has a Northeast too, so you know what it is. He has a Northeast as a Destiny Palace, so you know what it is.
feeling, yeah. Okay.
the feeling. Good,
Thank
good.
you.
Andrew, have you been feeling the Northeast already or not yet?
Yeah, me, I'm start.
Hola. Yes, I'm not East. Hi, Farrell. So, I've been feeling it since like last week.
Mhm.
Yeah, me
Personally for me, this Northeast is a fabulous. I would say it's a fabulous month for me because definitely it's a breakthrough month. Sometimes, okay, the reason why Farrell you feel that way, actually you knew something is blocking you. You
Yeah.
renew, and this month is the month that actually you should get through. If you do realize on the QiMen chart, the stand of the Keng came with the E wood. E wood means solutions.
Mhm.
And you do realize the E wood actually is a middle palace, right? Some sort. You have to go through the breakthrough to be something better. I mean, of course, Master Pala I mentioned about the Yang matter. Okay, let's look into it. You are the tree, or your wood, jar, where actually the matter is here to help you to trim the unwanted disease or unwanted things that is bothering your growth. Think of it. Use the axe. If you don't use the axe gonna chop anyway. It will chop, right? Why don't we divert the energy to be something for us to reach what you want, right? So I'm using that. I love it this month. I make my decision. Okay, this is something that I need to fix it. This is something been bothering me. I knew it. All right, this is the month. Get it done. I have the tiger. I have that. The HS is there. D, yes, no. Don't get into the C, no, or yes, no, yes, no. Get it done. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Yeah, I think now I see differently, and I will take advantage of this and don't see the negative side. Thank you for your.
Thank you. Of course, Fiorella, she's a student of Andrew too. That's why I gave him, like, she studies with him too. So that's why. Okay, let's do Liz, Rosian, and Dania, and then we can call it a day. Okay, Liz, I'm gonna open up your mic, then Rosian and Dania.
Fine.
Liz?
Hi, Paula. Thank
Hola.
you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Paula, I have a very basic question and how to find out at that something like you mentioned that your son is going to go to Germany and your husband is going to be with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in this case, QiMen it has very clear, and maybe for me has very tough and very close mind to find that you cannot ask for protections for other people. Is there any kind of like a VIP pass that you can say at that deity, like for example, my son, my husband, my dad, my mother, I want to visualize them with the opportunities, with the security, with the protection, to get filled with good energy instead of being focused for the clashes or for something like that you see on their BaZi or whatever you can see that or feel or intuition. Like just, I think there is more intuition sometimes that you say, okay, I see this and this is going to be happening. How can you use QiMen for third-party protection, wealth, health, and be good because they affect as well your relationship in your chart, right? That will be like, I am not very, sometimes I don't like to be that tough maybe when some teachers say that it's only for you and you cannot do anything for third party people around you.
Okay, this is the way I look at it. QiMen, it is designed to be for you because it is your connection with, hold on, has the mic open. Danny, if you can check who has a mic. Oh, Anthony, okay. There you go. If you, I'm sorry, because it is your connection and your actions and your emotions with the chart. However, there is an exception that is particular with parents and their children, particularly mothers with their children, because there is a connection. I think it was called the, oh my God, I forgot the name. Accord, that's the name of a chord. I forgot that you have at least until the age of 7, that you have that everything you can command and you can wish everything good for your children, right? Also, that applies if you have children that are disabled, that cannot connect with themselves and do not have the mental capacity to understand. So they can do that for a lifetime. So you can wish and command for people that are not able to do it for themselves, right? Now, when they get older, the reason why they say that you cannot protect or send energy for another person is because libre albedrío, right? Their own goodwill. They have to choose to do it. Because what I think I'm protecting my son for might be something that he doesn't want or need protection from. Yes, I think he needs to be protected, or maybe he goes free will. Maybe he's like, I don't need to be protected from that. So then that's why when they're little, we can do it. When they get older, they need to say, okay, that's what at least for my children since little, I told them QiMen. I told him how to do QiMen. So you command and you ask for the protection that you think you need. Now, as a mother, can you use the chief? And if you're going to use one, you will use the chief to say, chief, please protect my son, please protect my daughter. Now, if you tell me, can I tell him to protect my husband? I don't know, because my husband might be like, I don't want your protection. You understand what I'm saying? If he doesn't want my protection, then why am I sending the protection? And the chief is not going to work on him because he has his own right to not want to be protected. So everybody, like what we were saying to Maria, her son has his own life to go through, whatever that is, his own commands, his own wishes, his own free will. Now, all you can do is say, help me do anything I can do to help him. That will be great, but that's all you can do. And that's what QiMen is, because it's really a connection between you and your higher self. It is what it is. But
like, for example, they are very, very little sons, children. So you can command to chief like full protection in every time, in everywhere, in every place. So they say, I connect with chief and I am take care of them, protect my children. So in a good way. Yes, I love it. Okay, so.
And since you're little, teach them, find their destiny palace. And every day, that's what I do with my kids. Every morning, I'm protected. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Wake up every morning and say, I'm protected. And that's it. I'm protected. I'm protected. I'm protected. Because children usually don't have that many issues like adults do. So with I'm protected, they're good.
And my son's deity is chief, by the way.
Oh, there you go. So yeah.
Paola,
Okay. Thank you, Paola.
Mommy,
If you allow me, there's something too. There is love. That's the biggest energy on earth that keeps everything together. So when you send love to a dear one, a loved one, love overcomes any other energy, any negative energy, any energy of low vibration. So when you send love to a loved one, it will be protected. As you said earlier, if something bad comes to you and it finds a barrier of good energy, it will repel. So he's protected from those energy now, so that he can deal with what he has to deal in life, maybe karmic or whatever, with his free will. But in the meantime, you are protecting him from anything else that might come to him. So that's a good way to send energy every day, love to our dear ones.
Okay. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's very nice. And I know my mom has always said that and done that with us. She goes, all my children and my grandkids, every morning I put a tube of white light when they go out of the house, so they're protected and nothing touches them. She has been doing this for years. Forget about QiMen. For years, she's always been doing that. I remember. Yeah. Okay. Rosian and then Eldania.
Hi, Paola. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much. Okay, my question is about something hard that I'm passing, because my mother passed away some months ago, and she was the unique person for me. So now I'm very alone without her, but I need to finish my thesis also for graduated for university, and in order to achieve another, job and to be well paid. So I don't know what to do, because I feel that I'm not doing my progress on that, and I feel stuck. It's not very easy for me to survive to those things.
Of course. First of all, my condolences. I'm sorry. And how old was your mom?
79.
This box, we have the goat.
I
we have the monkey.
Wait, hold on. This was a mic on. Okay, here we go. 79. The first thing I want to tell you is the following. I'm going to look at it the way I think about it, right? You have 79 years with your mom. That's a blessing. Okay. Our parents are going to pass away. I know literally, my parents are going to die. All of us are going to pass away. You had the blessing to have her for such a long time. So look at it that way. So every time you think about her, think, wow, I had my mom for 80 years. Thank you. And that's great. So think about every time you start thinking of sadness and that you don't have her, think that she lived in this role and you had her for so many years, depending on your age, right? So you think about that. I also use that as motivation. Let me finish my thesis. Let me graduate and get this well-paying job so that I can show my mom that energy, that vibration, how great I did. You know, use that as motivation whenever you feel sad. And even if, you know, I talk a lot to myself, you know, I can be like, okay, mom, let's get this done. Let's get this thesis paper, come on. If it helps you not feel lonely, feeling that she's with you, not to bring her to you, because I don't like to do that. I think the person, the transition need to stay where they are. I don't like to bring them here. But I'm saying if for you, just the thought of feeling her presence in that sense will help you, I think that's good. Now, I think the chief will be great to deal with that. Will be great to deal with that. I will say hook, but I think chief will be best. And the way I would use it will be, you know, to let my mom transition in peace, to let my mom know that I'm in peace, that I'm okay, that I'm happy, that I will be great, and to give me everything that I need to be able to finish what I need to do. I think obviously, you know, the loneliness, also you can do a harmony, bring me the people, the right people that I need in my life right now. I think harmony will be a great DT to also command to bring you the right people in your life. And here we go. The key is the right people that will help you move on, because we agree you need to move on, that help me move on. Why do I say the right people? Because if you're right now vibrating and feeling alone, you know what people are going to come to you? Lonely people. Okay. People that feel alone too are the people whose mom passed away, and then you're going to join a grief group of people whose mother passed away, and then you're not going to move on. See, you need people that are going to be like, come on, Josiane, we need to go out, come on, let's do this, let's move on, let's go study. This is the right people that will help you move on. So that's why your command has to be very specific. I need the right people that will help me move on from my mother's passing and go on and become and get the career that I want. Make sense?
Yes, totally.
I think that's what you need to do. And you know, and if it makes you feel good, talking to that motherly energy, you know, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna work in this, and I'm gonna do this, and you know, to help you get going. But whenever you feel sad and lonely, think of everything that's ahead of you. Don't look back. Think of everything that's coming for you. Okay. And imagine how happy your mom will be when you call her, hey, I got my thesis, I got my work, I had this amazing paying job. Just look at that, and that's going to give you the motivation you need. And I'm sorry, because it's very tough. I cannot tell you that I've gone through that. Obviously, my mom is there, so I cannot even imagine. But we will all go through it. And like I say, thank God that that's the case, because as painful as it is, I want to bury my mom. I would never want my mom to bury me, because I don't think a mother should never bury their child, ever. So that's why I'm glad that you were the one that had to do that, and not your mom had to do the other way. So be thankful that you had her for that long, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. If anything else, just let me know, okay? Eldania, ¿te divorciaste? Did you get divorced? Because I have never seen a woman in my life more excited about getting a divorce than Eldania.
And get my new house. The rivers is over here. Am I right? Everything is okay. The question is for your mom, the master Fabiola, because I'm Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 and other things. And I want to ask him if with this certification that she's going to make it right now with the diagnosis, we can throw the cause why we repeat the same relationship, the same, how you know how to, what you have to learn.
Like they keep repeating, same relationship that keep repeating themselves. Mommy.
Yes.
Hola, Lania. Hi.
I must
The Reiki energy, which is the universal life energy. And during the Reiki, we teach you how to manage that energy in our bodies. to equilibrate all those energy, to balance. So yes, with energy, with Reiki, you go to the cause, to the root of what is happening to you. You need not, we say in Spanish, curación, but you need sanación, which is a difference. When we do sanación, we go to the root cause of the problem. Maybe, yes, it can be done with Reiki. It will take longer because you have to go, it has to be during the second or third level of Reiki. That's when you access the, how do you say, spiritual bodies, you know, when you go, not only the emotional, mental, and physical body, but you have to go to the etheric body, where is the cause root of the problem. And of course, with hypnosis is ideal for that. And metaphysics, here, or Occidental metaphysics, you can learn to do that too. It's something that in this life, if you're repeating something, that is something that you have to learn in order for you not to come and continue with that. So you have to, with the violet flame, you don't have to know the cause, you just transform it. It's beautiful. Go to my channel and look for the violet flame meditation. There's a daily, which is only 7 minutes. And there is another longer one, which is 14 minutes. And you should do it daily. You go there to my channel, Fabiola Duarte, in YouTube. Okay?
Gracias.
I'll put the link here now. Okay.
So much.
Gracias, Eldania. Y eso es una, I mean, that was a question that Eldania made a good point, and that's something that we've discussed about that. If you have the same relationship repeating, what does that mean? There is something, Eldania, from those relationships that you have not learned, and you keep attracting the same person to you. Right? Have you noticed, I'm not saying it's her case, I'm not talking about her, but have you noticed that many times a woman particularly said, I have been married 3 times, and 3 of my husband have battered me, have hit me, or have been alcoholics, or there is a pattern of those people, right? Which means something in you is attracting those people to you. I'm always laughing with my mom, my husband, like the man that raises their hand to me has not been born yet, because I mean that the end of the world had happened, and you have found 3 that hit you. I mean, like something is not right, right? Something is not right. So basically, it's something that you need to fix within you that is allowing yourself to bring those people that disrespect or that whatever to you. So you need to, now the moment you fix that, they go away. And if it keeps happening, it's because you have not fixed it yet. Okay, I think that's it. If anybody wants to add anything else, I'd be more than happy to. Everybody's okay? Everybody's good? I think I have time for one more. Nobody?
Can I have another question about meta?
Sí, mi amor.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. I have 0 meta on my BaZi chart.
Okay.
Several resources. How can I bring the metal on my BaZi? Because I need it. Because I'm.
But see, that's a good question. It's a long question, but it's a good question. Let me ask you something. What's your day, Master, Eldania?
Ren.
Water. Okay. This is the thing about
Ren.
yeah, put it in mute, because there's another mic that's open that's not Eldania, I think. Okay. Just because you have 0 element in your chart doesn't mean you need it. So let's make that very clear. And that's why I like that question. You don't necessarily need an element. It will be great to have one, but you don't have to need it. For instance, you have to look, your rainwater, right? Rainwater is production. So it's metal is your resource. It produces you, right? It produces you. Now you have to think elementally speaking. Rainwater is the ocean, right? Metal is metal. Do you produce the ocean by metal? If I throw metal in the ocean, does the ocean get bigger? No. So rainwater doesn't necessarily need metal. Okay, that's the one thing. Doesn't necessarily need it. There are some elements that need their resource. Rainwater doesn't need it. then you look at it. What does Mero mean to you? Mero to you means mother. It could be a mother. So then you look at my relationship with my mother. How was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Did I have a mother? Did I not have a mother? Did I need a mother? Generally speaking, those people, you will probably do not have a mother or do not need a mother. You can open your mic. Is that any one of those apply to you?
Yes, I have a bad relation with my mother.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, immediately see, just by knowing that, I already can tell that. Why? Because Mero, she doesn't have it, but she doesn't need it. Obviously, in a perfect world, we should all have a good relationship with our mother, okay? Definitely. Could that be the source of why she just mentioned issues in her relationship? It could be. If I have a bad relationship with my mother, how do I know how to act in a marriage? How do I know? So there's a lot of things that are being associated with that, okay? Associated with that. But Mero, how do you bring, let's assume that you want it in your chart, then you look at the 10 gods associated with it. In your case, Mero is resource, which is direct resource or indirect resource. So academic, learning, intuition, spirituality, anything that has to do, you do the activities associated with the 10 gods that are the element. Resource for you, which is the Mero, means learning, academic. So like you do, always learn, always study. Now, is it going to be easy for you? It's not that easy because you're trying to bring an element, a 10 god in your chart that you don't have. Best. Now, how do you know, Dania, if Mero is something that you need in your chart? The next 2 months are going to tell you exactly what it is. Why? Because it's going to be a lot of Mero this month, and it's going to be a lot of Mero next month. And if you say, wow, the next 2 months were great months in my life, then yes, you need it. Then how do? You get it? Resource, studying, learning, anything that has to do with resources. If it's not 2 good months, or if it's whatever months in your life, then you don't necessarily need it. That's how you know. I know that was a long-winded explanation. I hope that helped. But see, you can immediately tell about the mother relationship when you do with a resource element. So we were able to pinpoint that. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to post the PDF tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow morning. Alejandro Roman, I love you too. We love you too. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Always a pleasure. Maria Ramirez, I'm not sure if you're still there. I'm sorry. I don't know if you left, but if you need anything, please. You know, the group is always here to help you. Anything that you need, please, more than happy to, or anybody, but just her, because we know that she's going through a very delicate situation now with her son. So thank you for sharing and trusting me and everybody here. Thank you so much, especially those people in Malaysia that stay late. It's pretty late, I know. So thank you, everyone, and see you guys. Well, see you soon.